into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
It's a Wednesday, baby. Welcome to it. A very good morning. My name is Graham Richards. Welcome from the Expresso family to your family. And it's going to be another jam-packed edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. Loving the sound of this one. So we are joined by old favorites, Easy Freaks, who are bringing us 3 rocking performances to get you over that midweek slump, making a start. You're dreaming of the weekend just a little bit. Then 2 special guests are in the house today. International cricket star JP Dermody and his lovely wife Sue Dermody, good friends of the show. They'll be joining us this morning to inspire us. And if you've ever wondered how to tone those back muscles, then Robin Leah Rasmus is the woman who's going to help you do it this morning. She is taking us through the perfect workout. So we're going to have a nicely well-balanced breakfast basket for you today. And of course, one man who is brimming from ear to ear with pride, red pride this morning, because his team beat the Yellow Submarines to make it into the finals of the UEFA Champions League. Very good morning, Mr. Raul de Mornay.
Yes! That's me screaming as loud as I can without blowing your ears this morning, but I'm so happy. Yes, the Reds go marching on all the way to the final. Congratulations to all of my fellow Liverpool fans out there. But it's not about that today. Today is about our mamas. Our Mother's Day is coming up, and that's why we're asking the question this morning. What is one of the most, best gifts, or one of the most favorite gifts that you've received, or maybe even given? Now, I'm not a mom, so I haven't received anything, but I can definitely say, and I hope my mother's watching now, that the best gift I've given my mom is just copious amounts of love and being a good child. Isn't that right, Mom? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, she might say differently, but this is what we're talking about this morning. While I crack into this, I see I got some cereals in my yogurt this morning. You guys can carry on with the magic, and we are here to entertain you all the way through till 9 o'clock this morning. And standing by right now with the news is Jamie Lee Dombeck. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nature Boy. Good morning, South Africa. Time to have a first look at those news headlines, starting on the national front. The financially strapped Mfuleni municipality in Gauteng has started a revenue collection drive by cutting defaulters' electricity in a bid to get them to pay up if they wish to be reconnected. Since the campaign was launched on Monday, several government departments, including the Labour Department and a South African Police Services Training Centre, were plunged into darkness. The Police Training Centre reportedly owed 700,000 rand, but has since paid 300,000 rand to be reconnected. Meanwhile, Eskom has announced that stage 2 load shedding has been implemented until 5 a.m. on Monday. Then after a 30-day fast, the Muslim community in South Africa celebrated Eid al-Fitr on Monday. Members of the Mount View Mosque in Cape Town spent Sunday night moon sighting and cooking for those less fortunate. The festival, which marks the end of the fast of Ramadan, is celebrated during the month of Shawwal. It's a time when Muslims pray, spend time with family and friends, give gifts, share food, and do acts of kindness through charity work. Then looking to news on the international front, Paul Rusesabagina, who was the subject of the Oscar-nominated film Hotel Rwanda, has had a stroke in prison in Rwanda, where he is serving time for terrorism, his daughter says. Now, he was sentenced to 25 years last year in what supporters called a sham trial. They are now trying to sue Rwanda over his alleged abduction and torture. Karina Kanimba said her father was ill and deprived of proper medical treatment. Rwanda says Rusesabagina received a fair trial. Then the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson yesterday became the first Western leader to address Ukraine's parliament since the start of the Russian invasion on the 24th of Feb. He told Ukraine he believed it would defeat Russia and expose the gigantic error of the Kremlin's invasion. Ukrainian authorities said that more than 20,000 people had died in fighting in the port city of Mariupol alone since the invasion on the 24th of Feb. Johnson also announced a further $375 million in military aid to Ukraine, including electronic warfare equipment and a counter-battery radar system. Then finally, Gus is a 6-year-old golden retriever that has had cancer, and vets had to amputate one of his hind legs to remove a tumor. But these challenges didn't stop him from leaping into a frigid river in Minnesota in the US to rescue a baby river otter on Easter Sunday. Ella and Lucy Hammerstrand, granddaughters of Gus's owners, were stunned and could just look on. The girls were at the St. Croix River with Gus when he suddenly jumped into the water and swam some 25 meters. He returned with the otter and dropped it at the girls' feet. I think Gus instinctively knew something was wrong, that the baby otter was hurting, Lucy said. Now, the girls took the pup to the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center of Minnesota in Roseville, where it's reported to be doing well. Three-legged Gus and the girls were credited with saving the otter's life. Hero of the day, Gus still has to complete 3 more chemotherapy sessions, but the good boy also received numerous rewards for his rescue in the form of many doggy treats and lots of publicity, as well as well wishes. On that note, that is where I leave your 6 o'clock news headlines. It's time to have a first look at the sports. Here's Graham for that.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Yes, indeed, proving that every dog shall have its day. Liverpool have booked their spot in the final of the Champions League yet again with a 3-2 win against a very spirited Villarreal in the second leg of their semi-final. That's to advance 5-2 on aggregate. So it was a great start for the Spanish side, scoring 5 minutes, and that was Boulaye Dia before Francis Coquelin. He equalised the tie in the stroke of half-time. Then Liverpool came out a different team in that second half, got a goal back through Fabinho before Luis Diaz sealed on the night and put his side 4-2 up on aggregate. Then Sadio Mane netted a third on the evening to ensure the win. Then Man City or Real Madrid will be joining the Reds in that final, with the newly crowned Spanish champions facing a 1-goal deficit after that first leg ended 4-3 in favour of City. Then bringing it back home, Mamelodi Sundowns continue to ride high. They did the double over Sekhukhune United in the league following their 2-0 win in Johannesburg last night. So Sundowns took the lead in the 27th minute of the game, courtesy of a thunderbolt from Aubrey Modiba, before Peter Shalolida finally managed to get his 22nd goal of the season as he continues that chase of Collins Mbasuma's league goal record of 25. And Kaizer Chiefs, they ended a run of 4 straight losses in the league with a 1-0 win over the Murumo Gallants. AmaZulu, they claimed a 1-0 win over Swallows. That was at Domsonville Stadium, thanks to Sipasihle Maduna's 68th minute winner. That while SuperSport and Stellenbosch, they played out to a goalless draw. Then on to rugby, some news to get excited about. Looking at the calendar ahead, the Springboks will be playing a test in Adelaide for the first time when they line up against the Wallabies in the first of their 2 rugby championship matches in Australia. That's on Saturday the 27th of August, with their second encounter scheduled for the following week in New South Wales, and that's the 3rd of September. So Rugby Australia, they confirmed the Boks destinations this week, while SA Rugby confirmed that all 6 of the Boks home tests this year will kick off at 5 minutes past 5 South African time. That's against Wales in the incoming series in July, as well as the 3 rugby championship tests in South Africa, up against New Zealand in Nelspruit on the 6th of August, in Johannesburg on the 13th, and then the final match of the tournament against Argentina down in Durban on the 24th of September. And then some sad news in tennis. Former Wimbledon and US Open finalist South African Kevin Anderson has announced his retirement. This happened yesterday at the age of 35. The big serving South African, who stands a modest 6'8" and has towered over most of his opponents, achieved a career high ranking of 5th in the world in 2018 before sliding out of that top 100 following a succession of knee, shoulder and ankle injuries. Having come through the US college system, Anderson turned professional back in 2007, came close to a Grand Slam twice, losing in the US Open final in 2017 and in that Wimbledon final in 2018 to Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic, respectively. But he has been a servant of the game and certainly a proud ambassador for South Africa. So we certainly tip our hats to an incredible sportsman. But that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get you set for the day ahead with some of those temperatures.
Right, thank you so much, G. Now to take our first look at the weather this morning and reporting on all things when it comes to our weather news as well. And looking at a tranquil penguin colony in Antarctica's Atka Bay, something looks terribly off. Now, it's a 3-foot tall robot roaming among the throngs of emperor penguins. But of course, we will touch on this story in just a bit and update you with the rest of the news. For now, though, let's catch up with you in just a bit right after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. As you can see, this is a live show that we feed to you every morning, and with that comes its challenges, such as load shedding, which has just happened right now. But don't worry, we are back. We are live right now and continuing with our headlines and carrying on with the weather headlines that we are just about to crack into. And when it comes to weather news, we're looking at tranquil penguin colonies in Antarctica's Atka Bay. Now, something looks terribly off. Now, it's a 3-foot tall robot roaming among the throngs of emperor penguins, but it's not there to blend in. It's there to keep an eye on threatened penguin populations in a way that doesn't disrupt their delicate ecosystem. Now, the unmanned and remote-controlled ground vehicle called Echo recognizes and monitors penguins that have been microchipped by researchers. Now, this means as little human interaction as possible, which is important for keeping the colony safe. Now, microchipping the penguins allows researchers to determine where the penguins go when they dive off the sea ice and understand their foraging strategies. Now, by tracking and studying penguin behavior over time, the researchers can observe how they adapt as the environment shifts due to climate change. Well, interesting news indeed from our environmental news. We now move on to those incredible sunrise views captured by you, our family. And starting us off this morning is Natalie Daniels from Strandfontein in Cape Town, sharing this absolutely stunning shot of the sky filled with hues of orange and pink. Majestic stuff indeed. Then sticking to the Western Cape, Malcolm Naidu captured this absolutely breathtaking sunrise from the waterfront in Cape Town, where we can see the sun reflecting on the ocean while he overlooks the harbor. What a beautiful sight indeed. Keep sending those pictures in, Mzansi. For now, though, let's take our first look at the temperatures across the country. And starting off in Polokwane, the day starts at 10, moving up to 24 degrees. Mbombela sees the day starting at 14, moving up to 25. Pretoria, 11 up to 25. And Johannesburg, not much rainfall coming through, a low of 9 and a high of 22 degrees. Over in Mahikeng now, the day starting at a chilly 8, but up to 25 for its high. Klerksdorp even chillier at 6 to start the day, but moving up to 24. Kimberley starts the day at 9 up to 26, and Bloemfontein a chillier start of 5 degrees, but all the way up to 25 for your maximum temperature of the day. Now in Richards Bay, the day starting at 15, moving up to 27 with a light amount of drizzle potentially coming through. Pietermaritzburg 10 up to 26, Durban 17 up to 25, and Mthatha, your low is 10 all the way up to 27 degrees, and sunny skies all the way around. Over in East London now, the day starting at 15, moving up to 25. Cradock 8 all the way up to 29. Berga, your day starting at 13 all the way up to 23 for your high, and George, a moderate temperature of 12, only moving up to 22 for the rest of the day. Over in the mother city now, sunshine but not too warm. 12 is a low, moving up to a moderately mild temperature of 21. Worcester sees the day starting at 13, moving up to a nice warm 31 degrees and sun all the way around. Sutherland 9 up to 25, and Uppington starting the day at 11 up to a nice scorching 30 degrees Celsius. Again, Mzansi, thank you so much for sending these incredible sunrise pictures in. We love seeing how you start your day wherever you are in the country, so keep bringing it through and making us smile. For now, though, let's catch up with the rest of the team. They are definitely on and they're ready to serve you. Let's see what it's all about.
Well, we are definitely smiling this morning because you've had breakfast, you've had cheesecake, but have you ever had breakfast cheesecake?
What?
Well,
No.
Chef Tumi is here to show us how it's all done.
What madness is this? And then, of course, we need the perfect soundtrack to get you started. We promised we would get you through the midweek slump, and we've got the boys to help you do it. They look oh so dapper this morning. Easy Freak are in the house. We cannot wait to catch up with the lads. And, of course, here, a little bit of new music. Stick around. 3 performances coming your way. Don't stray too far.
Oh, you can make my day.
are back with the best of the best in the All-Star Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure. And we're going big!
Buy a Tropica, find your code under the cap, and stand a chance to win loads of instant prizes.
Plus, if you find the treasure under the cap, you will win one of 10 big prizes. See pack for details. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, I will admit we are extra excited this morning. Why? Because we got one of the best in the biz joining us. We are joined this morning by musical duo Dom Hurd and Jude Kenrick. They are better known as Easy Freak, except by their mother. And this pop duo add a unique twist, undoubtedly, on South Africa's electronic music scene, and they create a perfect fusion of funky pop beats with some pretty mad vocals, but you have to see it to believe it. And here is their new single, Be Mine, taking the charts by storm. Here's a little taste.
What can I do to take care of you? 'Cause every day I make you feel safe. I won't get tired of you by my side till the end of time. Won't you be mine?
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dom and Jude, otherwise known as Easy Freak. The abs, bud. The abs. Come on, man. You opened with that. That was how you opened your account this morning. You guys look fit, you look healthy, you look dapper, you look creative, you look happy, man.
Yeah.
Are you through the storm now? How are you guys doing? It's been a while since you've been in Cape Town. Are you feeling positive about life again?
We through the storm? We're getting through. We're getting through the storm. Yeah, it's been quite a storm. I mean, COVID's been pretty nuts, but we've made it through so far. Yeah, still alive, still kicking, still writing lots of music.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. It seems to have given the music industry at large an opportunity to take a breath and be creative again. We've seen so many singer-songwriters birthed out of the last 2 years because people have had the opportunity. Has it changed your course in any way? Are you adding a new layer? Where has it left you guys in terms of how you approach your music? Because there is a very individual style with you guys that we love, probably the most.
Yeah.
Are you still in that wheelhouse? Where's the headspace at creatively?
I mean, lockdown gave us the opportunity to write so much music, and we've released an EP that you guys can go check out on all streaming platforms, and we have 2 more EPs coming out this year. A bunch of collabs with like people from all around the world, people from Turkey, Hong Kong, Australia, Nigeria.
Because we can now. You can just DM someone and set up a Zoom.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's been quite a game changer in that sense that we were able to work on so much music, and we have so much coming out this year, so we're very excited for that.
Yeah, man, and it's already proving to be hugely successful. So you've tapped into something here. I'll say Be Mine is fresh. There's something quite poppy about it, maybe a little bit more poppy than we're used to hearing from you guys, which is a beautifully crafted sound. At the end of the day, you have to balance your creative interests with your commercial interests at some point, and I think finding that zone has got to be difficult. Talk to me about Be Mine. What's the vibe? And at what point did you decide to have your abs out?
Yeah. They're always out.
Now you've created an expectation for today. Miles going to start taking his clothes off.
I might not like his. Those ones are crazy.
Beautiful video, beautiful styling. What's the foundation of the song?
Be Mine was like, we wrote it with a commercial sense in mind. You know, most of our stuff is like funk-based, and we both study jazz, so there's always a bit of jazz harmony in there somewhere. But Be Mine, we tried to write like a pretty commercial pop sound, and then we like backtracked a bit and put some jazz chords in the background. So there's a bit of a couldn't resist. So there's a bit of a mix going on in there, but you know, like the main I guess focus of the tune is like pop melodies.
No, it's beautiful, man. I just have visions of one of you waking up at like 2 in the morning and sneaking into the studio. Change this. It's a little bit. I wonder if you'll notice when he wakes up in the morning. But it's beautiful, man. And now you're global. It's been this weird kind of... I was interviewing Adam Duritz the other day. Why? Because he had nothing else to do. He was sitting at home, cooking too much, also writing new music for the first time in 7 years.
Yeah.
It feels like the world is connected in a much greater way now. How does it feel to know that your music's being absorbed and appreciated overseas? Like partnering with someone from Turkey, do you approach a different market in a different way? How is this kind of global expansion working out?
It is so surreal.
Yeah.
So surreal to think that there are people all over the world like listening to our music. When we have access to like the back end stats of like our Spotify and Apple Music, and we get to see where people are listening to our music, and it's
What's been the most surprising?
Geez, I guess there's a lot of like listeners in the States, a lot of listeners in the UK. Brazil as well.
Yeah,
like
South America is probably the most interesting one.
Yeah.
Brazil, Mexico, yeah.
The abs. I told you. So is this the goal then? Global domination? Has this planted a different kind of seed of motivation in terms of what you can achieve? Would you set up a base overseas?
Yeah, I think that's the focus, actually. Our sound is, I would say, fairly international in terms of, where we want to go. I think it'll work. Yeah, Europe, America, we want to get it.
I think you're set for a perfect storm because there seems to be a novelty around South African artists at the moment. People are interested.
Sure.
African artists, I think, in general. But South Africa is like this melting pot at the moment. And, of course, you're the funkiest duo in the country. So if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be them. Lads, so good to have you back in studio.
Thank
It's been
you.
great talking, but I actually only really want to hear you sing. And they're going to be performing just for me. No, actually, probably for you more. But they'll be here. And, of course, their mothers, because Mother's Day is coming up right around the corner. So we're going to add extra special relevance to that. The Easy Freak aren't going anywhere. You don't move a muscle.
Well, it is time for some breakfast, and breakfast might be a routine, but that doesn't mean it has to be boring, no, especially for moms this Mother's Day. Now, try your hand at our indulgent breakfast cheesecake. Yes, you heard me correct. Cheesecake for breakfast using mom's favorite fruits of the forest dairy snack flavor. Chef Tumi, our favorite mom, is here to show us how it's done, and it looks incredible. It looks like a dessert, vibey for breakfast. I'm just like, yes.
And
yes,
we want to do the whole breakfast in bed. We want to spoil them. We want to show them that all their hard work does not go to waste. So how about start from the morning? Don't wait for lunch. Start from the morning. Give them a nutritious, delicious breakfast. And I think a dessert for breakfast for me is more than I need.
I mean, what more could we want as a mom? Imagine waking up to this. I'll be like, yes to all of
all
that.
Day.
All day, every day. I think this is perfect and it's beautiful. It has a nice balance of flavors, and we're starting with some oats as the base.
Yeah, and normally whenever cheesecakes are made, it's got that crunchy textural base, and what we're using today is we're using some oats because of the nutritional value that comes with oats, you know. But if you wanted to, you could even add some nuts to the oats.
Okay.
We've got some oats that we've cooked down with a bit of apple juice as well as some honey. If you wanted to, you could even try a step where instead of cooking the oats, you could even do the overnight oats situation where you let it soak up whatever liquid you're trying to use, whether it's, like we said, in this case, apple juice or milk or yogurt, whatever you choose to use, and that could be your base. And then we've got the filling, which is the most important part of the cheesecake,
100%.
which I'm going to ask you to get started on, perhaps, if you don't mind.
Yes.
And we're using clover fruits of the forest dairy snack inside of it now. So we've got the cream cheese in there. We've got a bit of honey as well. So you can actually start mixing all of that together and get a nice consistency for us. But we're not ending there, my friend. We're also making a compote, as you
They call it like compote or Culinary or compote. I like that name. It sounds so fancy. Like, Mom, what are you making? A compote.
Yeah, so we're making a compote here, which is literally just some sugar and some mixed berries here. We've got some blackberries, some raspberries, and some blueberries. All we want is just for the sugar to dissolve and for the liquid from the actual berries to release, and that's what gives us that beautiful color and that beautiful sauciness
that
to our
vibrancy
cheesecake.
to it. Just to ask you, how many cups, how many spoons?
We want about 300 mils of that, so you can go in as much as possible. I think that's enough.
That's enough. That's
so the whole
good.
idea is we still want it to set sort of in the fridge, so we want it to still hold its form. The flavor is going to come from our fruits of the forest stewed fruit, but the stability is going to come from the cream cheese.
Yeah, because of course we know that clover fruits of the forest dairy snack has has quite a creamy taste with crunchy fruit in it, so it's going to be perfect for our cheesecake this morning. It is also a source of 10 vitamins, and any flavor of Clover Fruits of the Forest dairy snack range can be used to make this delectable recipe. I mean, I'm seeing some strawberries. You could do that as well. I mean, our compote could be strawberries and berries as well. Whatever. You can go crazy, go wild, spoil Mom's Mother's Day. And now it's time to put me into the work.
You are the gymming mama. You are a fit mom.
And I did arms yesterday, so literally, I did arms yesterday and I'm doing it like this. Child, getting back into it after just being off for a couple of months.
Yeah, no, I get what you're
crazy.
saying, friend. And this is another indulgence that you can enjoy because you know you're getting so much from it.
100%.
Even though people might look at it and think, oh my gosh, you've added sugar there, you've added this there. The fact of the matter is all these ingredients put together give you an energy boost throughout the day.
Have you heard about Sunday calories? God doesn't count your calories on a Sunday, and because Mother's Day is on a Sunday, everybody, you get to indulge in this. So we don't count the sugars, we don't count the calories. It's, yeah. Okay, maybe
While
let's
we're
swap it
not
out.
counting the calories, let's at least make sure our dishes
My
come.
arms are so sore, I'm not even joking.
But my friend, that's what it is. It's never easy for us. So that basically means that no matter how tough it gets, the woman still goes. So you gotta keep going, my friend.
There we
the pain
go.
is your motivation.
Say it again.
Mosadi tora tipa bohale. That.
What she said right now. So keep going, mix this nice. You want a nice and smooth texture, I'm assuming.
So what you could do is you can actually do this overnight. Make the oats, make the cream cheese, put, the cheesecake, make it the night before, and then following morning when she wakes up, you basically greet her with this deliciousness. And I mean, as a mother myself, I would definitely be excited to get this as a breakfast.
Is Mama coming down to Cape Town for the
No,
weekend?
she's not.
Aww.
But luckily for some of us, Mother's Day is every day.
Do you know what I mean?
My excuse.
And if Mama wanted to do it, she could go onto the website expressoshow.com and make for herself and then be inspired, because this is, of course, your recipe to me. So it is a little gift from you to her and the rest of Mzansi. Expressoshow.com is where you can find the recipe and the full list of ingredients. Is this okay?
It's fine. It'll do.
Ooh, when they say it will do, you know it's not the best, but of course you want to make sure that it's nice and lump-free, which is not what I got today, but you know, it is what it is. It's a TV moment. There we go. And you just want that nice little layer.
Yeah, and then I'll just finish it off just
and then you're going to set it right. So for how long would you set it in the fridge?
I would like to say overnight, but at least a minimum of 2 to 3 hours, just so it holds its form. But also if you want to indulge it immediately, why not?
Why not? Spoil the moms. And then, how beautiful! It just brings the entire recipe alive with that color, freshness. There we go. Moms are not going to be mad at you this Sunday because you have breakfast sorted. Cheesecake for breakfast has never been easier, never been more scrumptious. And again, all mamas out there, you are welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Fruits of the Forest from Clover just added real cereal crunch. A symphony of fruit, oats, seeds, and granola crunch. Fruits of the Forest. Real fruit, real cereal, real tastes.
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day.
simple as CBD should be.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back, and we're about to get you strong. Yes, a strong, well-developed back will improve your workouts in the gym and help develop full body muscle, something we all absolutely want. Now, a strong back, for example, will provide the foundations for your deadlifts and squat, as your body will be able to call upon more stabilizing muscles, enabling you to lift more. Now, training your back is also the most effective way to prevent back injuries. On top of that, I know all of us hate those niggling backs, so here to take us through some of the best back exercises that you can do at home is our trainer, our family, our friend Robin Lee Erasmus in the building, and I hope she's going to be kind to me today. How you doing, Robin?
Good morning, I'm good, and you?
I'm fantastic. I'm always a little bit nervous because, you know, we just go straight into it with you.
Yes,
but I know this is something a little bit different, not as functional maybe as you normally would do.
No.
Nice. But again, for a lot of us struggling with back issues and back injuries or just wanting to strengthen our back, I think it's a big neglected muscle for a lot of us.
It is.
Everyone just wants abs and just wants the good looking stuff. So what have you got for us today?
Okay, so today we have we're going to focus on the lats and then also the traps. So we're going to have some alternative. You're going to use the dumbbells, and then I'll be using the...
Always switching it up,
Yes.
always giving us options. It's almost like your hair. Every time you come, you've got a
It's always a
crazy
switch up. There's
hairdo.
always-
Absolutely love it. All right, so I've got the dumbbells, you've got the band.
Okay, so the first one we're going to do is you're going to go down for me.
Okay, on the chair?
On the chair, and you're just going to do a lat pull down.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to pull down. This is going to focus on the traps. And
I'm doing the same thing with the dumbbells.
Yes, you are doing the same thing with the dumbbells. Pull down.
Can definitely feel it, especially on that squeezing of the back. I'm feeling like my shoulder blades especially, and the scapula almost reaching together at the back, giving that good extension or accentuation. Oh.
Back.
Whew, the burn is real. Whoa. How many reps in total are we going for here?
8 reps.
8 reps.
8 reps, 4 down.
Whew.
Exercise.
The burn is definitely real on this one. You're making this look too easy. All right, what else you got for us? Because I'm warm. Yeah?
Okay, so you're gonna go down. Take it under you, take the dumbbell under, and you're just gonna lift it up.
All right.
And bring
Straight
it back
arms or
down.
bending the arms?
Straight arms. This is called a back fly, so you're gonna do it there, and you're gonna bring it up. There we go.
Whew, we are feeling that, Mama, definitely. Now, I don't have a lot of weight here, but already you don't need that much because I'm feeling the burn after 1 rep already, getting the scapula, getting the back engaged, and especially also on the eccentric load. I find going down also gets a little bit of a stimulation on the back too, right?
There is quite a resistance going down as well.
Oh. Whew. Straight into it. How are you feeling on your side?
I'm feeling good. I feel
As
this in my
always.
back.
As always. Oh. Whew, I'm loving this, and I'm just thinking to myself, I've got dumbbells, you've got a band, and even with that being said, if Mzansi doesn't have any gym equipment, you could put like water bottles in your hand or something heavy and do the exact same thing, right?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I'm just trying to talk to you to distract myself from the burn in my back right now as well.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, I got one more. Whew. Feels like we're just sitting here chilling. I'm telling you, it is nothing of the sort. There's no chilling going on here. We are burning the back, burning the muscles, targeting it proper. What's next?
We're going to move to the lats. So that would be this part of your back muscle.
Yeah.
With one knee down, you're going to grab a dumbbell.
Okay.
And just row it up. So this is a row all the way up and drop down.
Definitely feeling that one again.
Using the band.
All right, so there's many ways to skin a cat, as they would say, and this is the way, many ways to get your back stronger and better than ever. Now, I must just say again with this, the tempo for me makes a big difference, especially when I'm going slower on the way down. That's that eccentric load that's going to probably build lots of muscle. But I can feel, I don't know if you're feeling that like sort of pinch at the back.
Yes, I
as you're
am.
contracting. This is targeting those back muscles perfectly. Hitting the lats right now. A lot of swimmers will love this one, getting that V shape in the body. And the burn is real.
Whew. 8 reps for this one as well?
Yes, 8 reps, both sides.
Oh, and then how many sets in total for the entire bunch of exercises we're doing this morning?
4 sets.
Okay, so that's like a full workout, right?
Yes.
Ooh, and also at the same time, almost forcing myself to engage my core here so the body doesn't fall apart.
Correct.
It's a little extra bang for our buck this morning. And one more rep for me and I'm done.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Now I have a problem because my one side is massive. Now I have to do well, I'm walking here with a massive back rub, but I can't thank you enough. Always a treat when it comes to your exercises. And I love the fact that you don't actually need any of the equipment that we're using this morning. Like Robin said, if you've got a band, you've got dumbbells, or if you don't, it doesn't matter. You can grab a bottle of water and do the exact same thing. Nailed it.
Thank you.
Robin Lee's back.
Awesome.
And I hope you have a beautiful back too after that back workout. It's time to head back to the kitchen.
Well, unlike the last 5 minutes, after a long weekend, we hope all marvellous mums out there got some well-deserved rest, because you've earned it. We've been asking all the mamas out there to share your #RealMom stories, and we have loved the response over the past 6 months. They've been amazing and inspiring, as we expected. Now, we are very excited to announce our last and final lucky winner, Danilia Pillay. A massive congratulations to her. And before we introduce her, I want to share her #RealMom story with you this morning. So she wrote in and said this, #RealMom. My Easter holiday story is how our family eagerly waits to gather and have a meal with all at the table. There's loads of fun, laughter, and happy, memorable moments, and certainly not forgetting the delicious meals provided by my mum. She usually makes an outside fire mutton biryani, which is called the generation moment. I love that. Our family has gathered around the fire with some wine and our salad, which is always made with a grilled Simply Chicken nuggets tossed in a bit of mayo. That is a meal in itself. Our kids love Simply Chicken. In fact, it's the only dish they find yummy with some added sides like chips, butternut, or spinach. I think my kids are on the same page. A very good morning and a massive congratulations to Danilia. Danilia, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well, thank you, and thank you so much.
Oh, it is our absolute pleasure. How are you feeling? I know you took a chance, you entered, you wrote in a beautiful comment. How are you feeling now that you know you're a winner of that air fryer and you're one step closer to 10,000 Rand?
I am happy. I am nervous. I am overwhelmed with joy. I'm just so happy.
I'm so glad, because obviously you have the game-changing air fryer, which I've been told is the absolute must-have. I don't have one yet, and I am gunning for it. But you also stand a chance of winning that 10,000 Rand. What would you do with that money if you won?
Basically, what I would do with the 10,000, I have 2 kids, and my goal for them is every year on their birthdays, I give a homes food, which is the homes for abandoned babies. So if I win 10,000 Rand, a part of it will go to my son's birthday, which is this month in May. Brilliant. And we'll be giving kids meals as well. And because if I win the 10,000 and it would come from Simply Chicken, I would love to prepare meals for the kids with Simply Chicken meals. And I would love to see the excitement on their faces, just as my kids would get it, and the excitement on their faces. I would just love that moment.
I love it. I was going to ask you what's the first thing you're going to make in your brand new air fryer, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be chicken nuggets. That seems to be the first for everybody. I'm going to ask you, because you're clearly a mom who's getting it right, and you've learned from a mom who is getting it right, a matriarch. What lesson have you learned from your mom that helps you get it right as a mother? What is the secret to getting that balance right?
The secret to getting that balance right is love and patience.
I absolutely love it, and I needed to hear that right now, having been awake the whole night with my 2-year-old for like the 5th night in succession. We will find a way. But you seem like the most wonderful person, an incredible mother, continuing that tradition from your amazing mother. So we are so happy that we get to reward you in just a little way this morning. So good luck. I know you're going to do something really good with that 10,000 if you win it, so we'll be holding thumbs. It has been an absolute pleasure meeting you. Please go and give your kids and your beautiful mom a massive hug from the Expresso family.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Expresso, and thank you to Simply Chicken for giving me this opportunity.
absolute pleasure. Clearly a hashtag real mom story. Now the campaign might have come to an end, but there's still more excitement to come. We're going to be announcing, of course, the 3 10,000 Rand grand cash prize winners next week. So you better stay tuned. And remember, for some quick and easy and delicious recipes, you can follow at Simply Chicken ZA on Instagram. Go and check them out right now.
You'll always know how much I love you. I hope that you never stop learning and growing. That you'll be brave and joyful and kind. And that one day, when you look at me and I look at you, we'll love the wonderful you that you've become. It all begins with purity. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. It is your feel-good breakfast show here on S3, and it's time to have some fun. We are going to have a lot of fun with the gents from Easy Freak in studio today, and this is in the form of a game called Guess the Lyrics. It's our favorite game, so I hope you guys are ready. I hope you're competitive a little bit.
Very competitive.
Are you?
Not ready.
Dom's not. Judah's like...
I'm ready.
Oh,
I'm
he's
ready.
ready. He is ready. Now, how it'll work is I will give you a line from a song with missing words, and you will then fill in the remaining lyrics. Once you have gotten the words correct, you will then need to sing that section of the song. It's easy enough. Ready?
All right.
We'll see.
Jude, come on. I need that energy to start.
I'm
Like,
back.
I'm ready, I'm ready. Okay.
I'm back.
So, Dom, I'm going to start with you just because you're right here with me.
Sure.
You're right close to me. Are you ready? Both of you ready? And your first lyrics goes like this. It's on screen right now. Call me when you want. Call me when you. Call me in the. I'll be on the way. Call me when you want. Call me when you. Call me out by your. I'll be on the way. Like what?
Oh.
This is easy for you. I mean, you're the easy freak.
Oh, I'm just drawing a complete blank. I have no idea. Help.
Do you want to help him out?
Okay. Call me when you want. Call me when you need.
Yes.
Call me in the morning. I'll be on the way. Call me when you want. Call me when you need. Call me out by your name. I'll be on the way.
He's getting it just like that. Maybe both of you can sing it then, Shane, because I feel like you stole that point from Dom. So maybe you guys can sing it together. Little Nas, Montero, call me when you want.
Oh, yeah, I just got it now.
Yeah.
Hey. It's early in the morning.
Call me when you need. Call me out
by your name.
Damn.
Okay, so that was the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, it's early in the morning, you guys. Didn't have your coffee yet. I forgive you, Dom. Maybe the next one will, you know, awaken you a little bit. This is the next one, and this one is for you, Jude. I've been roaming around, always looking blank, and all I see, painted blank, fill the spaces I can't reach. You know that I could, somebody, you know that I could.
Oh, I actually know this one.
You know this? I know this one as well.
Oh, okay.
You want to take it, though?
No, you go.
No, Shem, let him take it.
Who wants to be the freak in this one?
I've been roaming around, always looking down, and all I see, painted faces, fill the places I can't reach. Ooh, you know that I could use somebody.
He knows it.
Yeah, I know it.
He's got it.
Come on. You just had to swap it around.
I'm still trying to process like you just doing it so effortless. Come on, yes, that is perfect.
All right. Called Kings of Leon.
Roaming around, looking down, and all I see. Oh, some soulful lyrics on that one. 1 point to both of you.
Okay,
Fair
we had just had to swap it.
Now it's ready. Now we're ready, okay?
Okay.
So this is your next one. I don't blank go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you cause in a sky full of I think I saw you.
I know this one.
You do?
I do.
Sing it for us.
I think I do. I came in hot there. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do.
Ooh, started hot
Cause in the sky full of stars. I think I saw you.
This is not fair. Like, you guys can sing every single song. That is correct.
Nice.
Gonna tear me apart. Hey. Yes. Okay, 2-1,
Okay.
2-1. Fair point. There's still another one.
Look at this.
It looks like this.
Never heard of it.
Never, yeah, never. I was not 13 years old singing this song, crying in my room. He was a skater boy, she said.
I was a skater boy. So it was,
Still is.
Yeah, it was,
What did she
Still
say?
is.
What did she say? She said,
See you later, boy. He wasn't good enough for her. She had a pretty face, but her head was up in space. She needed to come back down to earth.
There we go.
do we even need a fill in the lyrics? These people know this song. She said, see you later, boy.
He wasn't good enough for her.
Some Avril Lavigne. We have
Classic.
the last one, okay? So
yeah.
the last one looks something like this. With the blank out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now. Blank us. I feel what and contagious. Here we are now. Blank us.
Nope.
Yeah, this is not for me as well.
It's got something to do with like your senses. So if you don't taste it, you
Smell it. You
Put the smell out.
and then if you have a vibe to you, if you're not old, you're young, and in the middle, it smells like.
smells like old people.
Smells like teen spirit. So with
This is
the
Nirvana.
lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now.
But yeah, no one knows what he's saying.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I think both of you deserve the title. Easy, free.
Yeah, we shared it.
You shared it. I love that. I love the suits. I love that we're all matching today. We got the palette tone. But these super insanely talented guys are still here with us. They can be hanging out with us for 3 epic performances, so don't go anywhere.
Well done, gents. Now, if you're looking to turn the delicious taste of Clover Elite feta cheese into a scrumptious meal, we've got the crispy solution.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Elite quality, elite taste, elite texture.
Made with love by Clover.
Elite in every way, and here's a top tip. If you want to make it extra special, make it crispy. Make it the hero of any meal you choose to serve it with. We are going up. We are leveling up our midweek winner chicken dinner using the elite taste, elite quality, and elite texture of course, our beautiful Clover cheese. Chumi chums.
How does crispy feta and lemon chicken with rice sound?
That's crazy to me. How?
How?
The question that rings through my mind is how do we crispify the feta?
This is what I'm here for. I'm here
happen?
to answer all those questions.
Aye.
Right.
I've had crispy chicken before. I've even had slightly crispy rice before. Have I ever had crispy feta cheese?
Well,
No.
there's a first time for everything.
This is awesome.
But before we get to the crispy feta, we're going to start with the chicken because that takes a bit longer to cook.
Right.
So what I've done now is just added some of our ingredients into a pot. I've got some onions in here as well as some red pepper, or rather some bell peppers that are now just going to saute for a couple of minutes.
Beautiful.
And then let's actually just get the seasoning in there. I've got some salt, pepper.
And already we're starting to see one of the flavor profiles develop. It's slightly sweet. They're going to caramelize. We know that peppers and onion get a slightly sweet flavor profile.
Correct.
Right, so.
You know it too well.
Oh, now the smokiness is going in.
Some of the smokiness comes from the lemon and herb spice, but also from our lemon juice that goes in there. So that's where the lemon flavor is going to come in. But before I go too far, I just want to make sure all these flavors mellow out together. So obviously, ideally, time on your hands, you want to make sure the onions sweat out and get translucent, and then red bell peppers also get slightly soft before adding the rest of the
Before introducing the chicken.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is, of course, you've got all of those flavors that now permeated the oil.
Exactly.
And it's going to now kind of absorb into those beautiful chicken pieces.
Correct. So all we do now is let this baby sit a little bit here while the flavors of those spices and the onion and the cumin that I added in there, as well as the lemon juice, just absorb into the chicken.
Rich.
And we want the flavor of that. Basically, I'm starting skin side down so it gets nice and brown.
Yeah, and then you're going to get all the flavor from the fat of the chicken also rendering into that as well. Wow.
Exactly.
Okay, so layers on layers on
layers.
All right.
But
we haven't even started with the crispy feta on layer number 5. Come on.
But we also do need some other layers here. I need you to chop up some garlic for me and mix up the dressing. While you do that, your dressing just consists of some olive oil, some lemon juice, and some honey. You can mix that up for me. While I show people this revolutionary dish that is called the crispy feta. And how we do that
so crazy.
We're using our Clover Elite feta cheese right now. And I've just taken one of the discs. Before I put it into our corn flour to start frying, I'm putting in some paper towel just to remove some of that excess liquid.
The liquid,
we don't want the corn flour actually, we don't want the corn flour just coming off of the cheese.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And from there we go and roll it up in a bit of corn flour. This is going to give it that nice crispy external layer. And then we can start frying.
Oh, that's so exciting. That's beautiful. Now, of course, this is the hero of the ingredients. You know you've got to be a good cheese if you're going to surpass the chicken in any dish. The Clover Elite cheese, perfectly crafted, and that's due to a 5-step crafting process that brings you cheese that is superior in quality, in taste, and texture. We've proven it with every chef on the show. You can use any of your favorite Clover Elite feta cheese flavors in this recipe. I like the idea of maybe a little bit of black pepper or some herb. Beautiful flavor that I think is going to balance out with the lemony chicken.
Exactly.
Perfectly.
And you know what another trick is? If you want to get some of that additional lemon feta flavor into this, and people might think I'm crazy for doing this.
How much feta do you need, lady?
I'm going to take some of the feta liquid, which is literally just water and a brine of sorts, and I'm going to add a little bit of that into my liquid because it helps also absorb the flavors of that into the chicken. Yeah, wabo. So let that cook down while I keep frying up my feta discs. Let's check on this baby to see. We want it nice and golden brown, so I'm going to let it cook down and make sure it's nice and hot.
The herbs, are they being chopped up as well?
Also being chopped, my guy. Thank you so much. While you do that, let me actually get some of that garlic over here and hoy it like a salt bay into our dish because we also want to, that's another layer of flavor that we're talking about now. We've added some garlic, some onions, some cumin.
It's just gone 3D now. It's just like extended into a whole other realm. I love that.
So ideally what we want now is once our feta has nicely browned, it's nice golden brown on the outside, the chicken is fully cooked as well, then you actually just mix this baby up. What we're then going to do is imagine the chicken is fully cooked. We've made sure that all of the elements are done. We now add every other step to this. The chicken has been cooked through. We then add our jasmine rice into this baby. Can you see how beautiful that is?
That's going to absorb all of the flavors as well. That's a 10th layer. 10th layer of flavor. Yo.
And if you want to, even as let's just say that the chicken is not cooked, this situation here can go into the oven and get cooked as is. You get a beautiful crispy rice that gives you almost like a paella situation where the rice gets crisped up and absorbs all the flavor. And
there is something about the heat of an oven that just blends flavors differently. It adds a different flavor to chicken completely. I love that. So just very quickly going into our dressing here. Bit of honey,
Some honey, some lemon juice, and some olive oil. Mix that all together. Once all of this is cooked, you just stir that that into the mixture and enjoy.
And then we'll add our fresh herbs and we are way to go. I love this. We've got some deep flavors, we've got some light flavors, we've got a pop and a zing of lemon, and we've got a beautiful fresh dressing to liven it up. 11 layers of flavor, all in one incredible dish. But it all starts with our amazing crispy feta, courtesy of the most elite cheese you will find. If you missed any of these steps, take a look.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Of course, building towards Mother's Day, we are feeling all kinds of love, and rightly so, because we owe it to our mamas.
Yeah, man.
But unfortunately, I think the reality is most of our mamas get the strangest gifts, especially for the young years. They've got to eat the food that you make for them on Mother's Day. I think my poor mother has had to endure the worst.
Did you make a green eggs and ham?
Oh, but I would go and like make things pretty by collecting branches and leaves and flowers from outside. I wouldn't like clean the insects off. Just put it on there, and bless her, she would just eat it because she loved it. So we put it to you guys. To tell us what are the best Mother's Day gifts you either given or maybe as a mama have received. This is to give us some ideas. Let's see what you had to say.
Right, Rukaya Shabuddin says, good morning team, the best gift given was that cup of tea which always put a smile on my mother's face. My best gift is just seeing a smile on the face of my kids too.
I get that. I actually also used to make my mom tea. It was like my special trick. That I could make her tea.
The way you made it, that was
yeah,
special,
it was like
right?
a magic beautiful. That's very sweet. Rose Chetty saying, my late mum loved dishes, so I got her a beautiful floral print dinner set. Beautiful. I hope she still has that.
Yeah. She's keeping it as a family heirloom for now. We've got some more comments through. Michelle Melanie Jacobs. A surprise visit from my son who lives overseas. It was the best kept secret ever, as I last saw him 3 years ago. Can you imagine that moment? Not expecting him. Tears coming through. Nice, well played.
That. Lucretia Jacobs said, good morning, the most expensive gift that no one really wants to part with is the gift of time.
So true,
wow, you have to go there.
True.
My boys and hubby know that us spending time together is worth much more than any material gift they could ever buy me. Oh, man.
Gift of time. Reshma already sending it through and saying, definitely my daughter being born on Mother's Day 14 years ago was my best gift, and I hope you're celebrating that gift for many years to come.
How do you top that?
It's like, you got me.
Just got to have another child the next year. Maybe that's the only way. Absolutely love that. And I love the fact that, yes, we are moving away from material things. But, yeah, Mama would still like something nice. So if you can, spoil her. If not, just give her the most valuable resource of all, as our amazing and very wise viewers have pointed out, time. Just give her some love and some time. But right now, we're going to spend a little time catching up with the news headlines and give you those major talking points of the day.
Thank you so much, boys. Starting on the national front for our 7 o'clock update, the petrol prices will go down by a few cents from today. Both 93 and 95 UPL petrol will decrease by 12 cents per litre. However, the price of diesel will go up by 98 and 92 cents per litre for 0.05% and 0.005% sulfur, respectively. Illuminating paraffin will also increase by 79 rand 60 cents per litre. Meanwhile, motorists are reminded to renew their expired licenses, as there will not be any further extensions to the driver's license renewal grace period after tomorrow. Then staying on the local front, the financially strapped Mfuleni municipality in Gauteng has started a revenue collection drive by cutting defaulters' electricity in a bid to get them to pay up if they wish to be reconnected. Since the campaign was launched on Monday, several government departments, including the Labour Department and a South African Police Services Training Centre, were plunged into darkness. The Police Training Centre reportedly owed 700,000 rand, but has since paid 300,000 rand to be reconnected. Meanwhile, Eskom has announced that stage 2 load shedding has been implemented until 5 a.m. on Monday. Then looking to news on the international front, millions of tons of grain are stuck in Ukraine as the ongoing conflict with Russia prevents safe transit from the country's port. A UN official has warned and confirmed this. Now, Martin Frick, director in Germany of the UN World Food Programme, said currently almost 4.5 million tons of grain are stuck on ships in Ukrainian ports and cannot be used. Frick added Ukraine's food was urgently needed in the world, and Ukrainian shipments were critical to prevent a global food crisis. Then Paul Rusesabagina, who was the subject of the Oscar-nominated film Hotel Rwanda, has had a stroke in prison in Rwanda, where he's serving time for terrorism. His daughter has said this. Now, he was sentenced to 25 years last year in what supporters called a sham trial. They are now trying to sue Rwanda over his alleged abduction and torture. Karina Kanimba said her father was ill and deprived of proper medical treatment. Rwanda says Rusesabagina received a fair trial. Then some great news in the world of entertainment. The Ndlovu Youth Choir from Limpopo Province has dropped their new album titled Grateful, and say it's a means of thanking all of the fans for love and support over the years. Now, Grateful is a 14-track album that hosts several collaborations with the lead single Africa Hey featuring Sun El Musician. Since the inception of the Ndlovu Youth Choir 13 years ago, the talented collective has become one of the world's most beloved and also celebrated choirs. From performing on America's Got Talent and creating soul-stirring renditions of well-known covers to collaborating with critically acclaimed artists on original songs, the choir members say, and I quote, Africa Hey celebrates the beauty of Africa and really encourages people to be proud of the continent and share that pride wherever they may travel around the world. We live in such a beautiful country, and we all have a responsibility to share this with the world. That being said, that is where I leave your 7 o'clock news headlines. It's time now to have another look at the sports. Here's the boys for that.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Let's kick it off with football, and the reason why Ryle is smiling today. Liverpool have booked their spot in the final of the Champions League with an emphatic 3-2 win against the Yellow Submarine. Villarreal in the second leg of their semi-final to advance to 5-2 on aggregate. So it was a great start for the Spanish side. They scored inside 5 minutes, Boulaya Dia, before Francis Coquelin equalised of the tie on the stroke of half-time. Then Liverpool came out a different team in that second half, and it made the difference. They got a goal back through Fabinho before Luis Diaz equalised on the night and then put his side 4-2 up on aggregate before Sadio Mane netted a third on the evening to ensure the win. So it means they'll face either Man City or Real Madrid, joining them in that final with the newly crowned Spanish champions facing a 1-goal deficit that was after the first leg ended 4-3 in favour of City. Then we bring it back home. Mamelodi Sundowns still riding high after taking the lead. They did the double over Sekhukhune United. That was following their 2-0 win in Johannesburg yesterday. Sundowns took the lead in the 27th minute of the game, courtesy of a thunderbolt from Aubrey Modiba. That was before Peter Shalolile finally managed to get his 22nd league goal of the season as he continues to chase hard on Collins Mbasuma's league goal record of 25. Then Kaizer Chiefs, they ended a run of 4 straight losses in the league with a 1-0 win over the Marumo Gallants. AmaZulu, they claimed a 1-0 win over Swallows. That was at Dobsonville Stadium, thanks to Sipasihle Maduna's 68th minute winner, while SuperSport and Stellenbosch, they played out to a goalless draw. Then plenty to get excited about on the rugby front this year. The Springboks, they're going to be playing a test in Adelaide for the very first time. That's when they line up against the Wallabies in the first of their 2 rugby championship matches in Australia on Saturday, 27th of August, with their second encounter scheduled for the following week down in New South Wales on the 3rd of September. So Rugby Australia confirmed the Boks destinations this week Monday, while SA Rugby confirmed that all 6 of the Boks home tests this year will kick off at 5 minutes past 5 SA time. That's against Wales in the incoming series in July, as well as, of course, the 3 rugby championship tests in South Africa, that being against New Zealand in Nelspruit on the 6th of August, and then in Johannesburg on the 13th, and then that final match of the tournament up against Argentina down in Durban on the 24th of September. Then some sad news in the world of sport. Former Wimbledon and US Open finalist Kevin Anderson has announced his retirement. That was yesterday at the age of 35. The big serving South African, who stands a modest 6'8", generally towered over most of his opponents, achieved an incredible career high ranking of 5th in the world in 2018 before sliding out of the top 100 following a succession of knee, shoulder and ankle injuries that I'm sure have impacted his decision. Now, having come through the US college system, Anderson turned professional in 2007, came so close to winning a Grand Slam twice, losing in the US Open final in 2017 and an epic Wimbledon final in 2018 to Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic, respectively. So he certainly earned his stripes, but he has been an incredible servant of the game, not just from a South African perspective, but in America where he is based. So we certainly applaud him and tip our hats. But that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll get back into it again at 8. Let's get a quick weather recap.
Thank you so much, G. Now to take a look at the weather and report on some weather news. And we've got a thick cloud of dust which has turned the skies over Iraq orange during the past few days as a major dust storm hit large parts of the country for the 3rd time in a fortnight. Now, flights have been grounded at airports in Baghdad and Najaf due to poor visibility, and the conditions were expected to clear by last night. Now, dust storms have become increasingly common in the Middle East, with experts blaming a combination of climate change and mismanagement of land and water. Now, in some places in Iraq, the past weekend visibility was limited to less than 500 meters. And the country experienced a series of dust storms last month, with dozens needing hospital treatment for respiratory problems. Now, Iraq's meteorological office previously said the country was likely to see more and more dust storms due to drought, desertification, and declining rainfall. Now, a lack of green areas in and around cities could also be contributing to the problem. Well, from reporting on our weather news, we head back to our own shores as we look to the skies and showcase the sunrise photo shared by our Expresso viewers, and that's you, our family. Now, Rina Fassan from East London captured this stunning shot showing off the sun rays breaking through the clouds in the distance, and what a beautiful shot indeed. And then our very own Uncle Tabzi, Tabiso Makubela, shared this picture. It's a perfect sunrise all the way from Shlanga in KZN, where he captured the clear skies with the sun rising in the distance. Thank you so much, Tabs. We're missing you out here in the studio. Cannot wait for you to be back on your adventures. Now, it's time to take a look once again at the temperatures across the country, and starting off in Polokwane. Your day starting at 10, moving up to 24 degrees. Mbombela sees the day starting at 14 up to 25 with a little bit of rainfall. Pretoria, 11 up to 25. Not much rainfall your side of town. And Johannesburg, 9 all the way up to 22 with just a bit of potential drizzle coming through. Now, over in Mahikeng, where your day starts at a chilly 8 degrees, moving up to a nice warm 25. Klerksdorp, much the same. The chilly start of 6 up to 24. Kimberley, 9 is your low, moving up to 26. And Bloemfontein, 5 all the way up to 25 degrees for the day. Now, in Richards Bay, your day starting at 15, moving up to a moderately warm 27 degrees. Pietermaritzburg starts the day at 10 up to 26 being your high. Durban, sunny skies, 17 moving up to 25. And much the same from Tata. Sunny skies all the way around 10 up to 27 degrees Celsius. Now over in East London, where there's not too much rain expected, 15 up to 25 degrees. Cradock sees the day starting at a chilly 8 moving up to 29. Mabeja sees the day starting at 13 up to only 23 degrees. And George, a chilly start of 12 up to only 22 degrees Celsius. Now over in the mother city, where the temperatures are very similar, sunny skies all the way around, but not too warm, 12 moving up to 21. Worcester, however, brings the heat, 13 up to a nice warm 31 degrees. Sutherland, 9 is your low, moving up to 25. And Uppington, a beautiful day, starting at 11 up to 30 degrees Celsius. What a beautiful day expected on your side of town. Again, Mzansi, thank you so much for sending those incredible pictures through. It's time now to get your freak on.
It's time to elevate your Wednesday, everybody. So earlier on, we chatted to Easy Freak, and it's time for them to hit our stage and grace our stage with their first performance called Be Mine. Take it away.
I know you don't know me well, but I've got a feeling. So girl, I want to know.
Till the end of time, won't you be
So you can follow me down, I can show you to the blue. So you can share your dreams, I can be the one make him true. All the lovers you don't need now, I'ma be the one for you. I'ma take away your worries, we gonna step out all the rules. Ha. To hold you, to love you, to need you. Oh, I want you to hold you, to love you, to need you. Oh, I want you. So what can I do to take care of you? 'Cause every day I make you feel safe. So I won't get tired of you by my side. So till the end of time. So won't you be mine? Got me falling for you. I promise that I'm all in. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. So be honest, you will be my head, and I won't give up on you. Be with you till the very end. To hold you, to love you, to need you. Oh, I want you to hold you, to love you, to need you. Oh, I want you. So what can I do to take care of you? 'Cause every day I'll make you feel safe. I won't get tired of you by my side. So till the end of time. So won't you be mine? So won't you be mine? So what can I do to take care of you? 'Cause every day I make you feel safe. I won't get tired of you by my side. Till the end of time. So won't you be mine? So what can I do
can I do to take care of you? 'Cause every day I'll make you feel safe. I won't get tired of you by my side. So till the end of time, won't you be mine?
That was so easy and so effortless, and I feel like you guys are rock stars, and I feel like I want to be your best friend. So I'm so happy that we get to spend time with you. They still have 2 more performances coming your way, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for keeping it locked as we continue to be inspired by our mums and hopefully inspire you to look after your mum this Mother's Day. Our moms are undoubtedly our superheroes and our biggest supporters. They are there every step of the way. But I don't think we tell them nearly enough how much they are loved and appreciated. Well, together with the Crazy Store's beautiful selection of Mother's Day gifts, they've got you covered. We are finding out how South Africa's favourite power couple, JP and Sue Domini, celebrate Mother's Day and their special gifting ideas. Just look at you guys. You know, this is actually the first time I think I've had you both together, actually, on the green couch. So I've got to ask you this question. Do you feel insecure being married to such a good-looking man?
I think he should feel insecure, isn't it?
Yeah, you're punching above your weight. Come on.
I think he knows I've got a little bit of a crush on him.
Yeah,
and
know that.
I've got a crush on you as a couple, because I love you guys. I love the message that you put out there and how visible you are as a beautiful family, because it does help and inspire us, and we need that inspiration ahead of Mother's Day. So let's start. We've got some great gifting ideas. Always have a lot of fun at the Crazy Store, because you can literally find anything for any kind of personality. I dig that. So here's the thing. So you've obviously been a mother for a while now with the most beautiful children.
Thank you.
Do they get Mother's Day right? What lessons have you learnt about Mother's Day through how you've been treated over the years?
Well, I think my 2 little ones are still small, 3 and 6. So I think a big impact, or Daddy carries quite a lot on his shoulders when it comes to Mother's Day, you know, orchestrating this whole thing. But they're so sweet. My eldest one now writes me little cards, and you know,
she's actually handed a gift already.
Last night.
Yeah, last night.
Yeah.
She wrote the card already. Yeah, she's ahead of her time. She couldn't wait, yeah.
Oh, I love that. So advice then for families preparing for Mother's Day. What makes it special, do you think, Sue?
You know, it's not always all these massive fancy gifts for me. It's those little handwritten cards. It's them going into, let's say, for instance, Crazy Store, and them choosing little gifts for mom. You know, when it comes from them, it's just so much more special.
And even if you can't use it, you still love it because it comes from them and it embodies their personality. But luckily, we've got a very wide variety of things to choose from here. So, Japes, let's do it, my friend. Some gifting ideas. What are you inspired about this Mother's Day? What's grabbed your attention?
So, you know, we're a few days out, obviously. So, I must be honest, I haven't really thought that much about it. I'm a spontaneous guy, so it's like probably the night before I'll think about this. But importantly, I think, you know, time with the family is important. But yes, you're trying to arrange the perfect gifts. But more importantly, I think if the kids are part of it, you know, me as a father, I would want to take them into the Crazy Store and let them pick what is going to be associated with Sue. I think that's the most important thing. And as you said, there's a a wide variety of gifts that's available to them. So I'm just the chaperone and facilitator of this process more than anything.
And let's be honest, how many kids' toys are you going to leave with as well as Mother's Day?
Yeah, it's probably going to be 2 to 1.
That's the problem. You've got to run the gauntlet through all the amazing kid stuff to get there. You've got an opportunity, Sue, to put it out there. What do you want for Mother's Day? We've got some amazing products out here. What grabs your attention? What would make you happy?
Yeah, Graham, there's a few things. There are microwave slippers that I saw. Yes.
What?
It's actual, I don't know if it's here though, but it's slippers you put in the microwave.
Snuggly bits there.
And you know, every woman, their feet are like ice packs in winter. It's like a woman thing. And they've got this heated shoulder pad also that you put in the microwave and you just put it over your back and your shoulders. Oh my gosh, that is like my top picks.
I'm down with that. I love the fact that there's some fun stuff, there's some really useful stuff, some off-the-wall things completely, but everything has like a real value to it. I dig it. I'm going to ask you something a little bit deep and emotional now. Because she's obviously had to support you through your incredible journey in sports and be an amazing mom when you couldn't be there and be ready to support you when you've needed that. How are you feeling about this Mother's Day and where you guys are at? What is your message for Sue, my friend?
I think the most important message for me is to know that she's appreciated. You know, the fact that you had mentioned it earlier, they need to know that we appreciate and love them. And that for me is ultimately the primary message that I want to get across, and to know that, you know, she's the backbone of our family. And you know, for me it's important to remind her every day, not so much that I love her, yes, that's important, but she's appreciated, she's adored. Look at those beautiful eyes.
Oh, you're so sweet, thank you.
And more importantly, you know, the way she cares and loves for our kids, that just epitomizes the soul of Sue Dumini, so I love her.
Oh, thanks for love.
I didn't think of all the segments that I didn't think this was going to be the one that was going to make me cry. Look, I'm getting married in less than a month, man, so I'm feeding off these vibes completely. Sue, how do you get that right then? To the moms out there that are maybe taking a bit of strain right now, because we've dealt with a lot over the last 2 years. I don't think there is anyone in any facet of life that hasn't been through the most. How do you get it right? Do you get it right?
Oh my gosh, Graham, I don't think anyone gets it right. But for me, it's just focusing on the things that you can control. You know, there are so many uncontrollables out there, and sometimes we look here and you're in this hole and you don't see further. And it's just focusing on things that really matter in life, like your family, your relationships, your friendships, being out in nature, walking, enjoying the sunshine, eating healthy, exercise. You know, those things are in your control, and those are the things that can make you cope better with motherhood and just the general lifestyle and stresses,
And find yourself a good man. Find yourself a gorgeous, good-looking man like that.
Okay, Graham.
And of course, a pair of snuggy microwave shoes, okay?
I know what to get.
Yeah, no, I think we've established that. Now, we love you guys. Thank you so much for being so vocal about the kind of values that you are. I think that's, for me, always the most enjoyable part about seeing how your little family rolls. And enjoy it. Enjoy whatever crazy things get cooked up and whatever crazy things get bought for you. Savor every second with your kids, and that goes to both of you. And enjoy it. Have a little bit of a romantic hour somewhere in the day, because you deserve that as well. Mother's Day is right around the corner, and we are celebrating our first best friend and the person that we always turn to when the chips are down. Sometimes all a mom needs is just a little appreciation, as JP said. So we are giving you the chance to win a cool 500 Rand shopping voucher from the Crazy Store to help you on your way. All you have to do is reply to the competition post and tell us what gift you would buy your mom from the Crazy Store this Mother's Day. We've given you a couple of ideas, and we want to know why. Motivated by telling us a bit more about your incredible mom. And remember to include the hashtag the Crazy Store Mother's Day. And to enter that competition, of course, you've got to do it before the 6th of May. And you can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Good luck for that, and I think most importantly, let mom rest, let her chill out, and have an amazing day. The Crazy Store will make all of her gifts the best, trust me.
Come in with a little, leave with a lot. The Crazy Store has a whole range of stuff bound to surprise and delight the whole family.
Yes, we're continuing with some magic for the family and for everybody, especially when it comes to this next recipe. It's absolutely delicious. Now, it's a time of the week when we are celebrating Fatties and Monies. Was Up Pasta Wednesday. Oh, just the sound of it makes me just salivate because it is so delicious and it's going to be guaranteed to do that. With the temperatures dropping, it's time to create some warm, hearty meals for the whole family to enjoy. So here to help us on our pasta making journey is the fabulous Lazy Makoti. Will be showing us how to make her very own delicious and indulgent spaghetti carbonara. Lazy, how are you doing this morning?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just going to try and not get distracted by this beautiful dress and your look in the kitchen. It's just stealing all the thunder already. But I'm so excited for this meal because I hope it's going to reach that bar, that level.
Perfect for Pasta Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's creamy, it's indulgent. Perfect for this weather that we've been having.
Yes, please. What is it that makes your carbonara so special, though? I know you're doing something special. I know you're author of some incredible recipes. What's the secret here?
The secret is, of course, the eggs that make it nice and creamy.
Okay.
And I'm adding in some fresh cream as well, just to elevate it a little bit. But the real secret ingredient is the high fiber pasta that we're using from Fetis and Moni's.
Nice.
It's great for you. I mean, it's still indulgent, but we're making it healthy.
We've got a little half box ticked here because especially when it comes to fiber, it's so good for us when it comes to just regulating ourselves, obviously getting our system working and aiding in digestion. So this is like a bit of a hearty meal, but also a healthy one in a little way too, right?
It is.
I like it. I like it.
It is. So in here, I've got some eggs and then some cheese. Just gonna beat that together.
Okay.
Add that cream for that extra creaminess. This is not traditionally how they would do it, but adding.
When it comes to Lazy, traditional goes out the window because you've got the hybrid when it comes to getting all the good stuff from traditional as well as new. And I'm paying attention here because I've heard good things about your meals and I can already see why. You've got these extra little additions that just make it that much more. Okay, so this is going into the pan that had the bacon now, right?
Yes, so in here is my bacon, is my garlic, and then I'm just warming up my pasta.
Ooh.
So I've turned off my heat. I want to warm up my pasta. I want to get that temperature up and then mix in my eggs. So the pasta's going to be warm enough to just cook the eggs, but not have them curdle and scramble.
And at the same time, also like, I don't want to scramble egg. At the same time, though, I can see it just absorbing and sucking some of that flavor in from the pan.
Yes.
And the fact that we're using pasta is, of course, because it is also a great source of fiber, like we just mentioned now, and it is low in fat and very low in sodium. Now, on top of that, did you know that carbonara is one of the most famous and representative dishes of the Italian culinary tradition? So that like trumps pizza even. Yeah, you heard it first right here. Now, of course, we can also make a variety of meals when it comes to the options that we have from Fetis and Moni's. Could you use a different type of pasta in this dish?
Traditionally, this is the pasta that they use. Remember not to break it.
Yes, 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 of course. We want to have that movie moment as well, maybe with your date. We can just get that long piece.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do.
Yeah.
But if you have any other kind of pasta, I would say use it. Why miss out on Water Pasta Wednesday?
Of course, indeed.
Yeah.
Now, on top of this, I know you're using the bacon, but I can imagine there could be an opportunity for anyone that's maybe going the vegan route or maybe even just a meat-free alternative. Is there a way to maybe get them involved in this too?
Definitely. I always say a recipe is but a guideline. Make it your own. So definitely, if you want to add veggies instead of that bacon or pancetta or any other meat, please go right ahead.
Nice.
Make it your own.
And I see you just put that good stuff in there right now. It's looking creamy.
So
it's
just mixing it in. Like I said, that heat from the pasta is what's going to slightly cook our egg, which is what we want, but you don't want it to scramble.
Nice.
And then
and voila.
I made one earlier
you
for you to taste.
Oh, you know the way to my heart. Stop it. Let me grab a fork here.
So that
of course.
high fiber pasta, delicious, perfect for this
And
weather.
from Lazy herself, let me tuck into this. Smells good. And it tastes even better. I see exactly what you meant by that cream, the flavor coming through. Oh, I just want to stop talking and just chow this whole bowl, but I can't because I got to feed you, Mzansi, with something special right now because, oh, Lazy, well done. That was incredible. And you can also get cracking on this incredible Lazy Makotini Spaghetti Carbonara, and you can visit expressoshow.com for the recipe. And don't forget the following. You also stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand every single day. Yes, 2,000 Rand every single day, plus 10,000 Rand every Pasta Wednesday. That's like today, right? And that's with Fetis and Moni's Waza Pasta Wednesdays. Now, for all the details, you can visit Fetis and Moni's on our social media. And I'm going to tuck into this because it is so good. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy, Mzansi.
Mortis and Moni's was Pasta Wednesdays. Bravo to you. Stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand every day, plus 10,000 Rand every Pasta Wednesday. See in store for details. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to going to be having a little bit of fun with JP and Sue Domini in just a moment, so stick around, Raul. You're going to enjoy this one. Accents are involved.
Oh,
it's going to be funny.
Yeah, man.
But of course, we are celebrating Mother's Day in just a short amount of time, and we've been getting you inspired with some great gifting ideas. Now we want to put a conundrum to you to get where your headspace is at. We want to know, when it comes to spoiling your mom, do you opt for an expensive experience, or you choose something small but thoughtful, like flowers or chocolate, something you know is going to hit the mark? It's time to find out in another round of Would You Rather. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so let me set the tone. There's a 3 for the price of 2 special. Oh, no, there's not. Or maybe it is. Maybe there
It might just be this week. There might definitely be.
Now, the scenario is such, so you've got this choice to make. Do you go all out, spend the money on an experience, something that you'll never forget, or do you opt for something that's more within your budget, something smaller, but something really thoughtful that you know is going to make her heart.
I don't even know why you asked me this question, because 100% my mom is a person, if I made a cup of tea, she'd be so grateful. She'd be like, oh,
but that being said, for her birthday, you arranged that whole little surprise party, and she's been talking about it every single day.
That is true, but that's a once-off thing. She'll never
That's and your mom knew that it was a once-off thing. That's why she's been celebrating it so much. She was like, it's happened. I can move on. I love it.
What you doing? Would you like buy the most expensive?
You know
gift
what?
ever?
Honestly, like, I'm the same as you. My mother has been so appreciative of just a cup of tea, really. And I've never actually honestly had... I've been like a poor kid, guys. Let's be honest. Like, I never had the opportunity to actually ever give her an expensive experience. So I'm actually looking forward to doing that right now because I can.
Because now you're making money, eh? Now you're
making...
not
yet.
Are you going to take her hiking? Please don't take her.
Oh, I don't know about that. That might not be a positive experience, but I think it doesn't even matter because you know our moms, they're so appreciative of anything.
They want the time with you.
Literally, it's that valuable thing we spoke about earlier. Time. And just any occasion, any memory is a good one, as long as it's together.
And especially, the older you get, remember, the less time they have. So that's a sliding scale. So if you can give them a little bit more time, or if you've got grandkids, give them time with your grandkids.
Give them the grandkids.
Let them babysit your grandkids for a day. They'll love it. And then take it for a hike the next day. Let's see what the actual people had to say, the wise
We're not
ones
actual at all.
online.
Not actual. Saraf Majoro says B, buy a small but thoughtful gift because it always encourages me to save money, and she doesn't have an expensive taste at all. Win-win over there. I like that.
Smart, Saraf. We also have a top fan, Obeida Sali, saying, actually, if I still had a mum, she would never want an expensive gift. Fresh flowers is all that she always wanted, so I'd put that in. So definitely going with B. That is so sweet.
I noticed there's a trend here, and I think it's very true of most moms. They don't need anything.
So
they don't want anything. They're just so humbled. And it's like, you actually really want to go above and beyond for your parents whenever you can. And this is one of those instances where you can see the polarity between the gift giver and the gift receiver. Moms are always like, they'll take a hug if that's all you have.
Buy them an air fryer, guys. If you do buy your mom an air fryer, fryer. They need an air fryer, I promise.
Why, so you got supper sorted when you go visit?
That's for when they're babysitting the kids. They can cook the chicken nuggets.
We have another
Love
one that came through from Mark Gavin saying, Mother's Day is once a year, so go big.
Yes.
Okay.
I like that.
You.
And they deserve it, of course, right, Mark? Yeah, they definitely do. You got some more comments coming through. I think everybody's popping off for this one. Katejo Galane says, good morning, team. If I was working or doing enough, definitely it was going to be A, because she deserves it. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Then Rose Chetty saying, A and B sounds good, but each one does according to their affordability. So in my option, I'll go with B. Take your money seriously.
Definitely.
I love it. People are clearly, they've been taking note.
Tanya's also been taking note and using the hashtags correctly. And she says, B, if my mom was alive, I would take her for breakfast, buy her favorite chocolates, snuggle with her and watch movies with her, spend time with her and make everything about mom. You know what, on that note, I think it's a great reminder for those that still do have their parents.
Yeah.
Just make time for them. Do anything as long as you're with them. I think that's the most important
how
thing.
many of the comments have come through talking about parents who have passed?
Yeah.
You have a limited amount of time to spend with the people that you love. So show them that love and appreciation and continue to make wise money choices, even if there is a 3 for 2 special on flowers, okay? Whether you opt to spend a little bit more on an experience this Mother's Day, or if you choose to simply keep it simple with a thoughtful gift that you know is going to make her smile. It's important that you do what works, as you guys have rightly pointed out, works within your budget. And if you're looking for smart ways to manage your money better, then visit nedbank.co.za and let the experts advise you on the best way to do this.
Don't just buy. Look out for specials. Do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money choices seriously? Join Nedbank today.
I promised you a little bit of hilarity. No, Ryle is not going to be attempting any accents this morning, but we've got our power couple. JP and Sue Dermody are back in the hot seat, and after exploring all the beautiful different gift options from the Crazy Store this Mother's Day, this much-loved couple have picked out, of course, from the Crazy Store for their beautiful mom. It's time for a few rounds of the hilarious Guess the Accent game with them. Trying to gauge who looks more nervous. I can see the BMT is kind of kicking. And you're well-travelled, so you've heard a lot of accents.
Sure.
Are you any good, do you think?
Depends which one we get to choose. I think that's the problem.
I didn't even need to hear you. I just needed to look and see.
You know, it's really good after about 2 whiskeys.
Okay. There's no whiskey in any of these. Every morning I check, but no, it's nothing there. Okay, so this is how it's going to work, all right? It's pretty simple. In a variety of the Crazy Store mugs, they're all really cool, we have placed different accents into each mug. Then from this, each of our players is to select an accent from one of the mugs and then recite a line from one of the Crazy Store's super romantic books while attempting, obviously, their selected accent.
I nominate Sue to go first, by the way.
No, you can, because it's Mother's Day. Mothers deserve to go first. And then, of course, we have to guess, hopefully it'll be easy, what the hilarious accent is. All right.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Can I go?
Okay, so you can go.
Okay, I am...
Okay, you're going with...
All right.
Memory, you're so perfect. I love that.
So,
okay.
you can't look.
Oh, okay.
Now. I am
Look away.
going with this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you started yet? No.
No. Okay. I don't understand why she hasn't come. She said, be here by 8 with my clothes.
Oh.
Okay.
I expected the clothes to be coming off, to be honest, not to be coming on. Have you got it? Give us a go. What do you think?
Yeah, it sounds French. You know?
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Beautiful. Okay, off to a flying start. That was really good.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
It's a bit of a hustle, eh? You kind of let us
Hustle
down.
and bustle, nice.
Okay, so what's grabbing your attention here book-wise? You've got to go with the Daniel Steele.
No, I'm actually going to go with the one closest to you. What have we got there? Stolen.
There we go.
Stolen. Right.
Stolen. Oh, she looks like she's had her heart broken. Stomped all over, hey? Oh, okay. He's been living for this moment.
What did I choose again? You still got me. She said, she remembered. What? She said so clearly. Even after 16 years, Because of the way your mother reacted.
Boy, you sound very Scottish.
Well done. There was touch and go there. There were moments.
Yeah, look at touch of Irish probably.
Yeah, but it's good. That will definitely be the whiskey influence coming in there. I love it. No, you guys have done brilliantly. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, so we've done 2 here. All right, choice is yours, Sue.
Me? Oh, okay, let's do this one. Okay, are you...
Ready?
Is this upside down?
Oh, it's a winner.
Is it?
It's a winner. It's one of our team's favourites.
Oui.
You can hear him cackling. in the back.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, man, that should be very exciting, he said. Fascinated by this story. This is so embarrassing.
So I must say, there's probably not a yaman.
That's how Daniel Steele starts all of them. The second chapters is always yaman.
Yaman. Yeah, it's an obvious one, Jamaican. Obviously.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man.
Yaman.
But that takes you back, eh? Almost does. Brilliant. You guys are doing so well. Okay, we've got a couple more left. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give one go.
You go.
Just one go, because I love you
Go for
guys
it.
so much. I feel like this is just in the spirit of... Okay, no mercy. That sounds a little intense. The house across the street. I love it. Okay.
We're not supposed to.
Not looking. Let's see. Okay. I don't understand why she hasn't come. She said she'd be here by 8 with my clothes. Maybe she got lost. Amy said looking in a mirror and tweaking kiss curls in the front of her ears. Took a wrong turning out of the tube or something.
South African?
South African.
I was going for Russian. I am getting married in the UK, so I've got to practice. Now, the funny thing is, I think when I go to Newcastle in the UK and see her family, they all think I'm putting on a London accent to try and be posh. Doesn't matter how you say it, just say it. Say it with love this Mother's Day. You guys have been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for playing along.
Thanks. All right, man.
Is there a winner? Surely it has to be Sue. We'll give it to her. Just
It's
a mulligan
that kind
for
of
Mother's
week,
Day.
that kind of month.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Let's say it's Sue today.
Okay, we'll say it's Sue Dermody, our champion. Can we get a massive round of applause for these incredible competitors this morning? Having a lot of fun with this game. I suggest you have a little fun and games on Sunday as well, because a smile and a bit of laughter is a gift in and of itself, and you can never go wrong with the crazy array of gifts from the Crazy Store. With everything that you could possibly need or want, you're sure to find something to put a smile on Mom's face, and of course make her feel special, as she has to feel special this Mother's Day. We love you guys. Enjoy it. Celebrate. Stick around. We might make you cook still or play another game, but we are loving celebrating Mother's Day, and of course loving having the opportunity to celebrate with the Crazy Store, helping us do it in style this Mother's Day.
Come in with a little, leave with a lot. The Crazy Store has a whole range of stuff bound to surprise and delight the whole family.
Only you can make my day.
Thank you for staying with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. We're opening up to some inspiring interior design inspiration. Now, choosing paint color is no easy task. It really isn't, especially when you consider that color as a form of communication that speaks to the individual and a triggering tool that can evoke different emotions and reactions, and we know that. Now, here to tell us more about the psychology behind color is interior designer Frans Alexander. Frans, welcome back. Another day, another slaying outfit.
Thank you for having me.
There is something about your shoe collection and the way that you're able to mix and match your colors and bring that to life in such a splendid way. I love it. Teach me your ways.
Thank you so much.
But we know that just as fashion is so personal to you, colors and emotions and feelings and moods are also interlinked as well, which becomes very important when choosing the right color for your home. Why is that?
Color influences our emotions and our perceptions on an unconscious level. So knowing what color and mood you want to set is what color you would choose for that room, and understanding how it affects you. So if you know what color does and how it influences your mood, it's so easy to then make the right decision.
Yeah, yeah. And when it comes to choosing color for our homes, and I love that we're having this conversation, we know that, well, I mean, everyone should consider their home their sanctuary. In fact, you should be creating that out of your home. What colors should we start opening up to and embracing?
I would definitely say colors that calm you.
Okay.
So if you look at hues of blue and green and soft hues of yellow, those are all colors that will definitely calm you. And when you walk into space, I mean, you've probably experienced it yourself. You walk into a space and all of a sudden you feel very tense,
yes,
very angry.
Yeah.
And it's probably because the colors in the room are very, very intense. Like if somebody had to paint a whole room black, you would feel anxious and maybe a little bit depressed.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't know it's got to do with the color, but now that you mentioned that, I'm going to be so much more conscious of that.
Absolutely. And if you walk into a room that has light blues or light greens, you're going to relate with ocean, with sky. So there's a psychology behind it. So when you walk into a room, if you are knowing what to look for, then you understand why you feel the way you feel.
I mean, I suppose it stands to reason. I mean, I walk onto this set every morning and I have the biggest smile on my face. And there's no wondering why, right? Because you see these colors here. Which colors would you recommend for homes, for different spaces in homes, such as bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, lounge?
Okay, so in your bedroom, I would definitely go for hues of blue.
Okay.
Right, because it translates ocean, it translates sky. So if you think about that, when you look up, you can't be depressed on a beautiful blue sky day.
You think you're on a holiday. You think you're in Santorini, Greece.
Yes, and then, for instance, for your dining room, red, orange, it inspires appetite.
Okay.
You know, so those are definitely the colors that you need to go for there. When I think of learning, like a study, then definitely soft hues of yellow, because it promotes concentration.
And concentration.
Exactly. And then, for instance, like if you are a businessman and you are in the finance industry and you want to be taken very seriously, then definitely cobalt blues, because it's strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. The more you get into it, the more I start to think about the many rooms that I've entered in people's houses or when I go out to a restaurant, and how each place evokes a different emotion just purely based on the color scheme of that particular place. It's so interesting. Kids' rooms and nurseries, how would you approach those?
Well, kids' rooms and nurseries, there's definitely also a psychology behind that. So when you look at babies' rooms, nurseries, soft hues of yellow is definitely the way to go, and lavender. Lavender has a very calming effect on toddlers. And if you have a baby that, for instance, screams and cries all night long, introduce blue. because blue calms the child down.
Watch all the parents now going and painting the entire house blue and buying only blue clothes for their kids in hopes of having some peace and quiet. I do love this. Frans, once again, when I come raid your closet for some of your clothing items and look at color inspiration, we should definitely be having more of this color conversation, because I really am considering a few updates and upgrades in my own space. Thank you again.
You're most welcome.
I love this. What a guy, man. Well, listen, there is more to color than meets the eye, but it all does connect. It influences our well-being and, without a doubt, our behavior as well. So thank you very much to Frans for being such an incredible resource to us, so helpful. We have a better understanding of color, and together with Plascon, we can be sure to make the right choice for our time. And I'll tell you this, because together, we've got this.
Thank you so much, Tabzi. Now it's back to the highlight of the show this morning, and that is a woman and our mamas. And the saying goes, outdo the woman who has done everything for you with gifts. And that's lots of gifts. And you can do that with the gifts from the Crazy Store this Mother's Day and be spoiled for choice with the extensive range of products at unbeatable and unbelievable prices. Now, we decided to dip into their sweet assortment and create a delicious, more than delicious, it's better than that. It's a Rocky Road recipe. It's guaranteed to add a personal touch to the superwoman in your lives. And joining us in the kitchen, we've got Sue and JP Dumini, and the accents are going to be South African this time, right? Guys, we've got something special that we're preparing here, but we also have an opportunity to obviously chat to you guys. Family time's important, right? I mean, you have an opportunity to cook with the family in the kitchen. Mother's Day means a lot. Why is the kitchen and just getting involved in the kitchen so important for you, though?
You know, the kitchen is the heart of the house, isn't it? And that's where everything happens. And everything happens around food, celebrations and just connections with family. And yeah, it's just where everything happens. It's the heart.
And is JP joining you? Is he just the eater of the family?
20 meters away at the braai.
Oh, okay, nice. So what are you guys doing here? What are you preparing for us? Because it looks delicious. I see some incredible ingredients. We've got marshmallows, biscuit, popcorn. What's going on here?
This is a little Rocky Road recipe that we're preparing. Very easy, very nice for the kids to get involved.
Can I put in?
Yeah, so basically this is just popcorn with some marshmallows.
All right.
And you can literally put anything in here that mom loves.
Okay.
From digestive biscuits to, I don't know, raisins to, what else can you put in here? Little...
Yeah, any kind of chocolate, I guess, but obviously the melted part makes it stick together.
Yes.
This is my favorite part, so let's hoy that in there.
At home, you normally just take a big spoon in your mouth.
Yeah, we can't right
Can I have the bowl afterwards?
Yeah.
Conservative now.
But obviously the Crazy Store has so many options when it comes to adding to this Rocky Road right now. And of course, with it being Mother's Day, here's a tip for you. It is an incredible occasion and the perfect occasion to obviously show your mom how much you appreciate her and also what she does for you. So why not show her how much you love her with this sweet treat? And it's something that has all the meaning behind it, especially when it comes to moms. They don't want something big or expensive. They just want to know that you put some thought into it and, of course, some love too. And when it comes to this recipe, which you can get at expresso.com, it's both simple as well as delicious. And the Crazy Store has brought you the perfect Mother's Day treats that are absolutely ideal for this recipe, but even better as a treat on their own. So whether you want to get creative or you're running out of time and just need a small gift, they've got you covered. And on top of that, there's also a couple options too for moms. So we've got heated slippers. Now that is perfect for the months that are coming up and getting colder. It's a great gifting idea for mom as well, and it can warm up their feet muscles, helps them to relax as well. And at the same time, there's also some better blood circulation going on. Now this is going to help relieve pain in those muscles, and it's perfect just before going to bed. Now on top of that, one more tip for the day, the health benefit of heated slippers is that you can wear them before bed and then actually help you fall asleep more easily. All right, so we've literally got mom covered when it comes to the Crazy Store. I see JP's putting the elbow grease into this one, putting the work in. It looks like they've almost done because everything's kind of fused together.
Yeah.
JP, are you going to try and resist not eating this right now, though?
Already eaten.
Oh, you have already. You're the chef, though. You've got to make sure it's all up to standard.
No, it's good. It's good. I think we got the mix right now, so we got to pour it into the bowl.
Beautiful.
Just kind of spread it out a bit. There we go. Yes. Am I doing it right, Mom?
Yes, I'm very impressed with you here today. I think we should have a camera at home so that you can be more helpful.
Here we go.
I got to ask you, obviously you being a woman, obviously one that's celebrated every day in Zanzibar, but on top of that it's Mother's Day today. Well, not today, coming up at the end of this week. For you, Mother's Day, has it been something that has been a continual, consistent enjoyment? Is there anything that stood out amongst the Mother's Days when it comes to any gifting or memorable occasions? Anything that you can highlight?
You know what? I do love a little spa day, though.
Okay.
So I've received, I think, I can't remember when it was, but you booked me in for a whole day spa treatment where I could relax and sleep, and that was quite enjoyable.
Some time off.
You know?
I like that.
Yes.
You need at least minimum 9 hours of sleep, so any opportunity to rest.
So that was a bit of a hint, nudge,
Yeah, there we go.
Get the bookings in order. How are we looking on the recipe here, guys?
Yeah, good. These are quite cute little chocolates from the Crazy Store.
Yeah, I see it's embroidered. It's got Mom Best Ever on the top there. And if it's a gift on its own, or as you guys are doing right now, I think you're using it as a decorative piece. This is going to come out perfectly. And it almost looks like the recipe's kind of done. Is there anything else after this?
I think that's it.
This is it. This
Beautiful stuff. As easy as that, as simple as that. You don't have to worry about it, of course, but Zanzi, you can get this recipe, expressoshow.com. It is a mouth-watering recipe indeed. It's perfect for moms. And we're also doing the following. We're going to give you a chance to win 500 Rand in shopping vouchers, and that's from the Crazy Store itself. And all you have to do is tell us the following. What gift would you buy your mom from the Crazy Store for Mother's Day, and why? Simple as that. It's so easy. And remember to include the hashtag the Crazy Store Mother's Day to enter, and your T's and C's can be found on the expressoshow.com, and the competition will run until Friday. That's this Friday, the 6th of May, 2022. So what are you waiting for? Get entering, get involved in this. And I don't know if can we taste this yet, or does it have to go in the fridge? I know JP's already had a little sample of it already, but we've got a final product over there if you want to tuck into it. I'm going to go grab one. JP, you want to, let me just grab one or two for all of us here. You guys hungry?
Yes.
Why not?
You want to grab one there for yourself?
Here we go.
After all, you did bring this recipe to us. I'm going to grab one here myself. Let's put that down. And the proof was obviously in the pudding, or in this case, in the rocky road. So Mzansi, get the recipe, expressoshow.com, enjoy it. And, what do you think?
That is so good.
Marshmallows come together. There you go. Still got the crunch. Look how cute they are. I mean, come on, Mzansi. Pay attention, take some notes here, and head over to expressoshow.com for this recipe inspiration. Sue, JB, you guys have been incredible. Thank you for coming to the studio. Thank you for being part of the kitchen and creating some incredible memories, and I hope that carries on for Mother's Day.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, Mzansi. expressoshow.com. Enjoy. Good job.
Come in with a little, leave with a lot. The Crazy Store has a whole range of stuff found to surprise and delight the whole family.
We are back with the best of the best in the All-Star Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure. And we're going big! Just tell us why you should be chosen to compete with one of these all-star celebs and stand a chance to win a smooth 1 million Rand. WhatsApp your audition video or upload it on our socials at MyTropica for your chance to get a spot on the island. So buy a Tropica today, and this could be you. See pack for details. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You have joined us at just the right time if you're looking for some Mother's Day inspiration. We've had some great gifting ideas, just ways that you can spend time with Mama. But of course, we put it to you guys this morning to let us know, if you're a mom, what are some of the best gifts that you've received, and what are some of the best gifts, most meaningful gifts that you've given. And we've had some great ideas. It seems like meaning and time are taking
top of the list,
stage.
indeed. Nolene Jansen coming through saying, my best gift I've received the day my son was born, on the 5th of the 5th, just before Mother's Day. Does not get better than that. Boom.
But that's not a get-out-of-jail-free card that you never have to give her a gift again. You've got to give her a grandchild on that same day or something, man.
Yeah, she went through labor for you. You owe her now.
Come on. Jeanette Mohono saying, good morning, Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a surprise.
Oh, how can you leave us in suspense like that? Come on.
Better post a picture or a video or something.
Maluleka Jamela says, good morning. The best Mother's Day gift I gifted my late mom is a cologne. It was not that expensive, but it was the reaction on her face. It stuck with me.
Love that.
That is gold. Those are those golden moments right there.
Exactly. You know Mama. You know exactly what she's going to like, and that might be all she needs is just some cuddle time under the covers. Kirshni Dava said the best gift I received was a melted chocolate still in the wrapper that was wrapped with an unused nappy by 3-year-old sweetheart. Mummy, this is for you. I love you. Sentimental moments are priceless and treasured beyond measure. What I truly love being is a mom, is having my heartbeat showing me love so gratefully and with so much of overflowing love.
Oh, I love how she worded that, having a heartbeat show her every time. That is such a beautiful poem and so honest at the same time. But just like we said, it's all about the small things. Natalie also coming through saying, my son being born 2 days before Mother's Day. He's also get out of a few gel
timing is
everything.
everything.
Yeah, perfect.
I love that. Then Charles Hansen saying a beautiful card to say, I love you more, and a ladies watch too. I like that.
Nice. And then last but not least, it looks like we've got Kaliwe Nsuncha, who says, I've given a card I personally wrote, cup and a slab of chocolate to my mother for Mother's Day. Oh,
just a little bit of something to make her feel special, but the sentiment is the most important part. Just make sure that she knows how much you love and appreciate her, and if you can give her the time, that's all you need. That's the jumping off point. Hopefully we've inspired you just a little bit. We'll continue to track those comments, but right now let's get back into the news.
Time now, 1 minute before 8 o'clock. Time to have a final look at those news headlines starting on the national front. Research by the Bureau for Food and Agricultural Policy shows a decrease in interest in farming in South Africa. The Russian invasion of Ukraine, which is a major producer of wheat and sunflower oil, has raised concerns regarding food security worldwide. Research by the Bureau has also found that 1 in 5 farmers want to leave the profession during the next 10 years. Investment costs on farms such as replacing herds or rebuilding orchards are just becoming too expensive. Ongoing uncertainty about rural security and land expropriation also contributes to the uncertainty. Then some good news is that the petrol prices will go down by a few cents from today. Both 93 and 95 UPL petrol will decrease by 12 cents per litre. However, the price of diesel will go up by 98 and 92 cents per litre for 0.05% and 0.005% sulfur respectively. Illuminating paraffin will also increase by 79 rand 60 cents per litre. Meanwhile, motorists are reminded to renew their expired licenses, as there will not be any further extensions to the driver's license renewal grace period after tomorrow. Then looking to news on the international front, Human Rights Watch says it has compelling evidence that Russian mercenaries fighting in the Central African Republic have summarily executed, tortured and beaten civilians since 2019. Witnesses have told the New York-based rights group about a range of abuses. These included an incident in July last year when Russian forces thought to be from the Wagner Group beat and then shot dead at least 12 unarmed men at a roadblock near the town of Bosongo. UN experts have leveled similar accusations at the Russian mercenaries. Then millions of tons of grain are stuck in Ukraine as the ongoing conflict with Russia prevents safe transit from the country ports, a UN official has warned. Now, Martin Frick, director in Germany of the UN World Food Programme, said currently almost 4.5 million tons of grain are stuck on ships in Ukrainian ports and cannot be used. Frick added Ukraine's food was urgently needed in the world and Ukrainian shipments were critical to prevent a global food crisis. Then finally, Gus is a 6-year-old golden retriever that has had cancer, and vets had to amputate one of his hind legs to remove a tumor. But these challenges didn't stop him from leaping into a frigid river in Minnesota in the US to rescue a baby river otter on Easter Sunday. Ella and Lucy Hammerstrand, granddaughters of Gus's owners, were stunned and could just look on. The girls were at the St. Croix River with Gus when he suddenly jumped into the water and swam some 25 meters. He then returned with the otter and dropped it at the girls' feet. I think Gus instinctively knew something was wrong, that the baby otter was hurting, Lucy said. Now, the girls took the pup to the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center of Minnesota in Roseville, where it's reported to be doing well. Three-legged Gus and the girls were credited with saving the otter's life. Hero of the day, Gus still has to complete 3 more chemotherapy sessions, but the good boy also received numerous rewards for his rescue in the form of many doggy treats and lots of publicity, as well as some well wishes. On that note, that is where I wrap up your news headlines. It's time to have a final look at the sports. Here's Graham for that.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Really do love this time of the year. The stakes just keep rising in football. Certainly, it's all about the European stage now, and Liverpool have booked their spots on the biggest of them all in the final of the Champions League. That was courtesy of a 3-2 winner against Villarreal in the second leg of their semi-final to advance 5-2 on aggregate yesterday. So it was a great start for their opponents, the Spanish side scoring inside 5 minutes. Boulaye Dia scoring first before Francis Coquelin equalised the tie on the stroke of half-time. Then Liverpool came out a different team in that second half. Got a goal back through Fabinho before Luis Diaz equalised on the night and put his side 4-2 up on aggregate. And then Sadio Mane, he did what he does best, netting a third on the night to ensure the win and the progression. Who will they face? Well, Man City or Real Madrid will be joining the Reds in that final, with the newly crowned Spanish champions, of course, needing to overturn a 1-goal deficit after that first leg ended 4-3 in favour of City. It's going to be mammoth. Then we bring it back home for more footballing action. Mamelodi Sundowns, our league winners, they did the double over Sekhukhune United in the league. Following their 2-0 win in Johannesburg, Sundowns took the lead in the 27th minute of the game, courtesy of a thunderbolt from Aubrey Modiba. That was before Peter Shalolile finally managed to get his 22nd league goal of the season, as he continues to chase hard on Collins Mbasuma's league goal record of 25. Then elsewhere, Kaizer Chiefs, they ended their run of 4 straight losses in the league with a 1-0 win over the Marumo Gallants. AmaZulu, they claimed a 1-0 win over Swallows at the Dobsonville Stadium. That was thanks to Sipasihle Maduna's 68th minute winner. Well, SuperSport and Stellenbosch, they played out to a goalless draw. They had plenty to get excited about as we look forward to the rugby roster this year. The Springboks, they're going to play a test in Adelaide for the first time when they line up against the Wallabies in the first of their 2 rugby championship matches in Australia. And that's on Saturday, the 27th of August, with their second encounter scheduled for that following week down in New South Wales for the 3rd of December. And Rugby Australia confirmed the Boks destinations on Monday this week, with SA Rugby also confirming that all 6 of the Boks home tests this year will kick off at 5 minutes past 5 SA time. That's against Wales in the incoming series in July, as well as the 3 Rugby Championship tests here in South Africa. Of course, against New Zealand in Nelspruit on the 6th of August, in Johannesburg on the 13th of August, and that final match of the tournament against Argentina down in Durbs on the 24th of September. And then a heartbreaking way to round off today's sporting lineup. Former Wimbledon and US Open finalist Kevin Anderson has announced his retirement, and this happened yesterday, aged 35. So the big serving South African, who stands some 6'8", generally towering over most of his opponents, achieved a career high ranking of 5th in the world in 2018 before sliding out of that top 100 following a succession of knee and shoulder and ankle injuries. Now, having come through the US college system, Anderson turned professional in 2007, came close to winning a Grand Slam twice, agonizingly so, losing the US Open final in 2017 and Wimbledon's final in 2018, and against 2 of the best, Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic, respectively. So he's certainly earned his stripes and has been an incredible servant of the sport and South Africa's brand abroad. So we tip our hats to an incredible sportsman. That's a wrap of your sport for this Wednesday morning. Let's have one last look at the weather.
Thank you so much, G. It's time to take our last look at the weather this morning, and with weather news on the horizon, we are looking at a tranquil penguin colony in Antarctica's Atka Bay, but something looks terribly off. Now, it's a 3-foot-tall robot roaming among the thrones of emperor penguins, but it's not there to blend in. It's there to keep an eye on threatened penguin populations in a way that doesn't disrupt their delicate ecosystem. Now, the unmanned and remote-controlled ground vehicle called Echo recognizes and monitors penguins that have been microchipped by researchers. Now, this means as little human interaction as possible, which is important for keeping the colony safe. Now, microchipping the penguins allows researchers to determine where the penguins go when they dive off the sea ice and understand their foraging strategies. Now, by tracking and studying penguin behavior over time, the researchers can observe how they adapt as the environment shifts due to climate change. Well, from our climate news to sunrise views, and we remain on our positive note as always as we take to the skies, showcasing the sunrise images shared via the Expresso Facebook page by you, our incredible family. Now, Natalie Daniels from Strandfontein in Cape Town kicked off this Wednesday morning with this stunning shot of the sky, filled with hues of orange and pink, and what a beautiful shot indeed. Malcolm Naidu coming through next, capturing this breathtaking sunrise from the waterfront in Cape Town, where we can see the sun reflecting on the ocean, and it looks like a shot from a movie scene indeed. 7 a.m. saw Rena Fassan from East London capturing this beautiful shot, showing off sun rays breaking through the clouds, just about to kickstart the day. And then last but not least, our very own Tabiso Makubela sharing this picture, perfect sunrise, all the way from Umhlanga in KZN as he goes on his adventures, and he'll be sure to be sharing those with us in due time as we welcome him back to the studio. But now, though, it's time to take one last look at the temperatures across the country and look at the day in terms of what it has in store for us. And starting off in Polokwane, your day starts at 10, moving up to 24 with a little bit of drizzle. Mbombela, much the same with the drizzle, 14, moving up to 25 degrees. Pretoria, predominantly sunshine, 11 up to 25. And Johannesburg, your day starts at 9 all the way to 22 degrees. Over in Mahikeng, a chillier start of 8, moving up to 25 degrees. Klerksdorp, even chillier, 6 degrees is your starting temperature, moving up to 24. Kimberley remaining with a chill 9 all the way up to 26. And Bloemfontein, starting off at 5 degrees, but moving up to a moderately warm 25 degrees Celsius. Over in Richards Bay, your day starting at 15, moving up to a slightly warmer temperature of 27 degrees. Pietermaritzburg, much the same, 10, moving up to 26 degrees. Durban, sunny skies, 17, moving up to 25 degrees. And Mthatha, much the same, starting off at 10, but moving up to a nice warm 27 degrees Celsius. Now, over in East London, where the rain is always welcome, but not this time of the day, though, 15 is your low, moving up to 25 degrees. Cradock sees a low of 8, moving up to 29. Alberga sees the day starting at 13, moving up to only 23 degrees. And George starting off at 12, moving up to only 22 degrees Celsius. Chilly one in your side of town, and much the same for Cape Town in the mother city. 12 is your low, moving up to only 21 degrees, but you do have sunshine coming through. Worcester starts at 13, moving up to a nice warm 31. Sutherland, a chilly start of 9, but moves up to 25 degrees. And Uppington, from 11, your day goes all the way to 30 degrees Celsius with sunshine and hopefully even some rainbows. But not rainbows, it doesn't matter, because we've got some heat coming through, we've got some warmth coming through, and it's time to carry on and get your freak on.
Yes, they have been funky. Yes, they have been freaky. Freakalicious, if you will. We are loving having Easy Freak in the house. It's been too long since they've blessed our studios with their incredible sound, and they are here to perform just for you. They're also blessing us with some new music today, which we are loving. This one is going to hit you right in the feels. It's called Say You Will. Enjoy.
Baby, I could go on. You know it's written in the I promise it will be magical. I'll hold you tight, you know that I won't let you go.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, welcome back. Mzansi, we're live. We've got the power back on, and we do apologize about earlier, obviously dealing with load shedding, but don't worry, we got you covered. We got backups, and we're always going to come and serve you. So, officially, let me welcome you back, and it's another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ching, ching, ching! Yes! Wow. Angels in the studio. I like it. I like it. This is going to be a special one, and we are joined by the one and only, our favorite Chef Clem in the building. And if you have any questions for Chef Clem on all things in the kitchen, you can call us right now. The phone is online. It never goes off. 021-110-552, and we'll be coming at you with all the answers that you need. Chef Clem, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic, man. Always excited to be with you in the kitchen, solving, slaying, and just killing any questions and conundrums that we might have in the kitchen. And I told you,
wait, you haven't done it yet.
Oh, can I like just
You can do it. You can reject the call. You can answer the call.
What? Swipe. Hello. How may I help you? This is the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ryle speaking. Hello.
Hello.
Hi there. Who may I ask is calling?
It's Barbara here from Gauteng.
Good morning, Barbara. How are you doing this morning?
Watching Expresso. That's so marvelous.
Okay. Where else would you be?
So
that's the best thing to do. Absolutely.
Yeah. So what is your question that you have for Chef Clem this morning?
It's not really a question. It's just something very old-fashioned that is very reliable. If you've got some potatoes left over, chop them a little bit and put them in a frying pan with a touch of oil and some chopped cabbage.
Ah.
You know the kids don't like eating cabbage.
Yeah.
So this is one way of getting it down, because the name of that is Bubble and Squeak.
Oh, okay.
And then they love the name and they plumb into it.
They do.
And a pinch of salt, of course.
Definitely. Barbara, did we speak to you a few weeks ago? Was it you that we spoke to?
Yes.
It's Barbara, man.
Hey, what's
some
up?
idea to add to that would be super as well.
Barbara coming through.
I really like this recipe, Barbara, and thank you so much for calling us then and again today. We're actually going to make some bubbling squeak, and I love this recipe because, number one, it uses leftovers. At any time, you can create something epic with leftovers. I'm game.
And I love what Barbara is saying, because she mentioned a lot of the time your kids don't want to chow their vegetables, especially when it comes to something like this. This is a great way to sneak it in and make it taste that good too, right?
It is, and we're using cabbage and potatoes, which is traditional, but I've also seen moms get really smart about it and
add extra things to it. So essentially, bubble and squeak is when you start getting that sound when the moisture is released from the potatoes, especially the cabbage in the pan, and you get that.
I thought it was the sound of the dance moves as you get excited to come and eat the meal, you know? Bubble and squeak, bubble and squeak, you know what I mean? No?
Wow, yes, absolutely, absolutely. So you can add things like leftover broccoli, leftover cauliflower, some carrots, whatever you've got in there, add it to the pan, and it's going to start releasing that moisture, you're going to get that sound. But what makes bubble and squeak so amazing is the fact that you end up with this amazing crust. And anytime there's caramelization, especially when it comes to vegetables, kids are more likely to eat it because it tastes so much better.
Kid doesn't like the crunch, come on.
Who does not like the crunch? Okay, so onions have gone in here, and you don't have to use a lot.
Okay.
A little bit of butter, a little bit of salt. The butter's in there because I'm making it a little fancy, but essentially, this dish you can make with like the barest of ingredients at home. So, I've just popped this into, you can even wilt your cabbage in the microwave a little bit if you want.
Wilt it in the microwave?
In the microwave, a little, like just pop it in the bowl there, that moisture that's in is going to help soften it. Or you can do it in a pan, but I'm trying to keep everything one pan.
Yes.
Because we don't like
efficiency.
We don't like dishes on Expresso.
I like doing dish, not dishes.
There we go, there we go. Okay, so get that in there. Make sure you get your cabbage nice and coated in that butter. Get that seasoned in there. Cabbage is so underrated. And I get it, like Prosperino, who's one of our camera guys, he always said, what's the main meat that people have in January? Cabbage. He told me this years ago. And every time I like have it, I always think about him saying, the main meat people have in January? Cabbage. Okay. But it's amazing, it's delicious. It adds so much flavor. It's versatile. You can actually make these like wraps out of it, stuff it.
Yeah, I was
like
just going to say, you see it all over. And I mean, you look at the rest of the world as well. I mean, in Asian influence, you always get this in a lot of the noodle and ramen dishes as well. It just seems like a staple with almost anything. If they're having pork and meat, there's always cabbage on the side.
Exactly.
As well. So it's something that is traditional in many countries all over the world, but for South Africans especially, bubble and squeak is something that we've...
Bubble and squeak. I mean, what's a braai without a coleslaw? Oh no, when did it come back? So you know about that?
No.
That's that, okay, we're gonna have to make that. Well, it's winter, we should totally make it.
What is
it's
that?
like these meatballs wrapped in the cabbage, in the dish. You're gonna like, put a sauce over it in the oven. So everything cooks inside those cabbage balls. It's delicious.
Is that a thing?
Is it a thing? We are making Oma Ona de Gambasa. I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
Yes, a cabbage fest.
So, if you have any questions about cabbages, let us know. I think that's a great opportunity to do like a whole thing on cabbages.
One of the most underutilized veggies, and one of the probably internationally one of the options when it comes to doing so much crazy things with it. So maybe that can be the next thing.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've given my potatoes because my potatoes were cooked previously.
Yes,
like
so
imagine
nice
there's
and soft
leftovers.
already, yeah?
Imagine, you can even do this with roast potatoes, to be honest with you. Chop it up, get a masher, just mash everything together. What's going to happen is now, because I'm mashing it, it's going to create amazing contact with the bottom of the pan.
Yeah?
It's almost going to cook like a frittata. You can actually move it as one piece.
Okay, it all comes together.
Flip it over. This is what you end up with. But obviously, that's your main element. From here, turn it into breakfast. A poached egg, something on the side with it.
And I see you got
bacon.
the crisp on the top of
you
that.
Got that
so
crisp.
Nicely as well, yeah.
If you're using yesterday's leftover ingredients, you've maybe got some leftover lamb or anything, a little bit of gravy, serve it with that. It is epic. It's so comforting. This is one of the most wallet-friendly dishes you can make and so satisfying. The crisp that you get on this.
And look how quick it was as well, man. I mean, you
absolutely
finished it in almost like less than a minute, able to solve questions, answer conundrums. And I'm just thinking to myself the other things that you could add to this, because on its own, yes, it's amazing, but I'm just getting creative and wild and thinking what you could put on top of this.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I don't know, I'm going crazy. I mean, I'm just thinking of the meats you could incorporate back into this.
Absolutely.
Obviously thinking of something like, imagine like a shredded pork, a pulled pork or something like that. Or
take it with Asian, maybe with a coriander slaw on top. This is honestly such a great way to use up leftover potatoes and cabbage. And the fact that you can take it to breakfast, lunch, or supper is absolutely amazing. Another thing is, load shedding is gone. Uncle, man.
Uncle, come on now.
If you know what's going to be happening soon, it took us so quick to make this. You can get this on the go real quick. And then at the same time, you're heating something up in the microwave, like your meat and your protein. Bring it all together. Actually flip it in the pan, serve everything in the pan, get everybody around the table.
It is done.
Barbara.
Thank you so much, Barbara, for that incredible tip. Obviously, you can get this recipe expressoshow.com for all the inspiration. And we'll all be back with another edition of the Culinary Hotline Bling. So we'll see you in just a moment. Peace out.
Very important question for you this morning, because we all are. Are you a coffee fanatic? Because we know early mornings have certainly made us all one. We started.
I'd like to think that everyone on this show and everyone who watches this show is a coffee fanatic.
We love it.
That's it.
But we know that there's nothing better than a soothing cup of coffee, and we know that all moms can agree to this. However, why not spoil your mom with an espresso machine this Mother's Day? They will love it.
It's the gift that keeps giving every single day, 5 times a day, however many cups she wants. But here's the kicker. If you buy it now at Woolworths, you can save up to 25% on selected Nespresso machines. There are an amazing array, anyone for your lifestyle, plus a 500 Rand coffee voucher until the 8th of May this year. And this offer excludes the Essenza mini coffee machine, so just strike that one out, but you can shop this incredible offer and the amazing range of Nespresso machines at Woolworths right now, and that's in-store, it's online or on the app. Go and check it out.
What's beta-glucan? Hello, do you know what beta-glucan is? What is beta-glucan? No one knows what beta-glucan is.
Beta-glucan is a natural fiber in jungle oats that helps lower cholesterol and keep hearts well.
Jungle, do life with heart.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. It is still your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're still focusing on the moms this morning. And nothing says I love you, mom, more than some beautiful fresh flowers, whether they come in an exquisite bouquet, a vase, or a pot. Hoolies has got you covered. Now, next to me is a very special lady who is going to take us through all these lovely blooms and bouquets in front of us. So please welcome Alex Learmont, the product developer for Woods Horticulture. Alex, as always, it's so good to have you with us. How are you?
I'm fine. And you well?
I'm good, because this array, it's like an explosion of flowers, but of course Woolies has got us covered this season for all the mamas. What makes Woolies Mother's Day Horty so different and so special this year?
Well, I think what makes us so special and different this year is that we work incredibly hard. You know, we work on Mother's Day from the minute the last Mother's Day ends, and it's our quality. You know, we don't just take any old flowers and plants on. We've got very strict quality control. And I think it's also just the love and the passion. I think you can see on this table how much color and just how much beauty there is. And this is all available in stores from this week for mum.
And I really want you to take us through this range right now, starting with the bouquets, because again, it's an explosion of color. It's just beautiful. It screams mamas. Mamas are going to love this. So take us through it.
So we've got so many different things on offer. Something for every kind of mum. We curate all our bouquets. They're specially designed by us. For our Woolworths customers. If you're a rose mum, a chrysanth mum, you're a mixed bunch mum, some mums like paler colours, some mums like a bit more of a brighter bunch. We've got beautiful tulips. We really just have something for everyone in stores.
And what I love is that It's on a budget because I just had a big surprise party for my mom. So I'm a bit on a budget of like 100 Rand, 200 Rand. Do you have something for me for Mama?
Say no more. We do, absolutely. So just because it's under 100 Rand doesn't make it any less special. We've got some absolutely beautiful gifts. We're starting off with chrysanth bunches. We've got beautiful daffodils in little pots. One of my favorite for Mother's Day under 100 Rand is the little flower cone that we do every year.
Cute.
Very beautiful. So it's almost wrapped like a little ice cream. Yeah, there really is something for everyone.
And really is a thought behind it as well, just making sure that you put that extra special into thinking about what mamas would want. I also see some beautiful baskets over here, some potted plants as well.
Yes.
What are these all about?
Okay, so we've actually got beautiful pot covers that have a lovely Mother's Day sort of design around them. Then we've also got some great hardware bits and pieces. We've got arums and roses in these absolutely beautiful rattan baskets that are very on trend at the moment. They've got a little color slip inside. We've redone all the ceramics on our orchid range as well. We've contemporized some of them. A great little mini orchid, beautiful orchid in ceramic. We've printed our bags also with the beautiful Mother's Day design. So, everything is just also this also is absolutely beautiful.
There's so much. Oh my word, where do we go?
This little sorbet surprise is also absolutely beautiful, and the little bowl underneath you can repurpose for tapas or olives or something like that. So really, just there's lots.
Is orchids the flower for the season? Is it orchids a perfect little flower to give moms for Mother's Day?
Yes, so our orchids, I mean, they last a very long time. Our orchids are expertly, locally grown, I need to say that. We use the best of, don't lose that orchid, we use the best of the Dutch and the Asian varieties that come through. And we've partnered with expert growers who, I mean, you can see they're absolutely stunning. We have exclusive colors. We've got sort of exclusive shapes and double stems, single stems, big arching ones, bright yellow ones with little pink noses, mini ones for the desk. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. And then there's obviously a bit of care involved in orchids as well.
That being said, is it a high maintenance flower or low maintenance? Because I'm sure when we're gifting something, we don't want mamas to work too much. So how do we go about taking care of the orchids?
So with orchids, I always say, first of all, everyone's got that space in the house that they find. That's the orchid nook that sort of works for orchids. But other than that, orchids, they do like sunlight, but not direct sunlight. And then the very important thing for orchids is also watering. So you will see on all our different orchids, we've got our various watering instructions. And it's important not to let your orchid sit in too much water. So just double check what your orchid is potted in. Some of our orchids are potted in bark. Some of them are potted in a moss, that big one at the back.
That's one over here.
Yeah, so moss obviously can hold more water for longer than bark can. And also just double check that there's drainage in your pot. You don't want your roots sort of getting soggy. And other than that, and orchid food as well. So we do sell orchid food, instructions on the back of that. And follow the instructions and you can't go wrong. And you should really have your orchid sort of blooming for anywhere up to, you know, sort of 6 weeks to 3 months.
I have to ask you this question. Are you an orchid mama or are you a rose mama?
It's very hard for me.
Difficult decision to make.
It's very difficult. I'm definitely led more by color. And I don't shy away from color. I like bright color. So if it's a bright orchid, it gets me. If it's a beautiful rose like this atomic, it absolutely gets me as well. But I love all the colors, I must say. I'm a color girl.
But there really is something for every mom out there. As always, Alex, it's always great to connect with you. Thank you so much for giving us inspiration. And also, for all the mamas out there, they deserve to be spoiled with a bunch of flowers. So this Sunday, surprise the special lady in your life with long-lasting Mother's Day blooms and bouquets from Woolies. Of course, you can shop it in store for them.
Now, if you're looking for more Mother's Day inspiration, let's delve into the love of a mother right now.
Introducing new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever anytime, anywhere.
The fact is, mothers love us unconditionally and selflessly sacrifice parts of themselves so that we may not simply survive, but truly thrive and flourish. Now, with our Panado Mother's Day competition, you have the opportunity to nominate a phenomenal mother or mother figure in your life to win a cool cash prize of 2,500 Rand. And today, we've got our second lucky winner on the line right now. Can we get a round of applause and maybe a bit of a drum roll beat for Sinalizwe Gonchoza! Look at that beautiful smile. That's a happy man right there. I love it. So let's get into your comment before we meet this incredible human being. And this is what he had to say. I nominate my mom. Despite everything she's been through, my mum has never let her struggles show in the love and support that she's always given to us so freely. Her perseverance through difficulties have molded me into a better version of myself and has taught me how to get through anything that life throws at me. Her strength has got me and my 3 siblings through every high and every low in our lives. Winning this would be the treat that she deserves. Hashtag Panado, hashtag a dose of care. Sinalizwe, I think you have gotten more than a dose of care from your beautiful mama. Congratulations. How does it feel to be a winner?
Thank you so much. I feel privileged. I feel happy, like it's the most beautiful thing that ever happened to me.
I'm so happy because it sounds like you are blessed with the most phenomenal mother who really has gone above and beyond for you. So it begs the question, how are you going to be celebrating this wonderful mom this Mother's Day? What are your plans? Without giving away any surprises. I don't want to ruin it for her because I'm sure she's watching right now.
Well, she's always been complaining that we don't spoil her and everything. So definitely, I'll go and do a shopping spree for her. And there's just a lot that she's mentioned because she's hinted before what she wants. So she knows, because I know exactly what she wants.
Brilliant. And I'm hoping that the winnings from today will go towards that and help you in that effort to make her day extra special. What is it about your mother, do you think, that makes her so special? What is it about her that inspires you every day, my friend?
She's a praying woman, and she always encourages us. She says, never forget to be home, and never, always know where you're coming from. So I think her strength and her perseverance has taught me very well.
And you get to live those principles every day. Buddy, thank you so much for entering. Thank you for putting your mother on a pedestal because she deserves to be there. It looks like you guys have the most amazing bond. So please savor every second of this Mother's Day and make it extra special with that 2,500 Rand coming your way courtesy of Panado. Congratulations, and please go and give your mom the biggest hug ever from your new extended Expresso family.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks to Panado as well and Expresso Morning Show.
Oh, an absolute pleasure, my brother. This Mother's Day, this Sunday, this Panado Mother's Day prize money could not have come at a better time. Now, if you want to stand the chance yourself of winning the next amount to go out of our bank vault, the Panado Mother's Day competition is continuing right now. Head over to our socials to get the lowdown.
We are celebrating Mother's Day with Panado. Join Expresso weekday mornings to stand a chance of winning 2,500 Rand per day until Tuesday, 10th of May. Nominate a phenomenal mother by replying to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter pages and tell us why they are a magnificent mother. Remember to tag the person you are nominating and to use hashtag Panado and hashtag a dose of care. Competition closes Tuesday, 10th of May at 8 a.m. when our 10th winner will be announced. T's and C's to be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. It is that time where we solve all the conundrums. It's another edition of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ching, ching, ching! Yes, and the energy is so good for this.
So good.
We already had a round one. It was so good as well. We had a great conversation with Barbara telling us about, what was the bubble and squeak?
Bubble and squeak?
Just think of the dance, bubble and squeak. And now we're doing something especially with regards to leftovers, because this has been like a hot topic for weeks now, right? Leftovers, how to use them efficiently, some ideas, some tips. We've been giving you tips. We've been asking you for tips, and the conversation has just been flowing. Absolutely loving what's going on. And I see you've got something prepared again with some leftovers?
We do.
Yes,
so I've got some leftover
nice.
roast chicken. So here's the thing, right? We always say when it comes to winter, try and bulk batch cook, but sometimes you get like, I know in my household, if I'm gonna have one roast chicken today, if I'm gonna make something with it tomorrow, I'm gonna have to change it up completely because they don't want to eat the same thing again. So what I love is like Woolies would sell the 2 chicken packs, and there's a great value because you'll see if you per kg. So here's the thing, whenever I roast chicken, I always roast 2. One is obviously going to be for today, and the other one's going to be for lunches, which, I mean, who doesn't love a chicken mayo on like bread for lunch? It's amazing. Or any other little element I can turn it into. You're saving time by roasting 2 chickens, and then you're also saving time by not having to prep something again in the week.
Energy, you're saving energy as well, which is way. Yes. Speaking of energy, it's coming through.
Who's that? Who's that?
Let me answer the call. Let me do my thing. Voila. Hello there, this is Raul speaking. It's the Culinary Hotline Bling. How may I help you?
Hello, is this that handsome Raul?
Oh, stop it.
Do the bubble and squeak, do the bubble and squeak, do the bubble. Ah!
Oh, thank you so much. You're really making me blush this morning. Who may I ask is calling?
Okay, it's Cassie, and I live in a small little coastal town in Park Rainy. It's near Scarborough. So, I wanted to give you some acts on leftover chicken.
Oh,
Is that
yes.
okay?
Bring it,
Cassie,
yes.
Yes, please. Let me get back to the kitchen side so I can listen to you as well. What are your tips for us this morning? What do you got for us?
Okay, normally when we have a roast, and then what we do is we keep it in the fridge, and the next day we make like a nice chutney with tomato and onion and pepper. You can add mushrooms if you want to, and lots of chilies, and our masala, our Kashmiri masala, and ginger and garlic, and garam masala, some cumin seeds, and then you get a nice thick sauce, and then you shred the chicken and you put it in.
Oh, that sounds
And then do you serve that over rice?
Yes, you can serve it with rice, you can have roti, you can have puri, you can have naan, whatever you prefer.
You're going to have a good time. That's what you're going to have.
Sounds like a good time.
That sounds amazing.
I must say again, thank you so much for coming through, because we love learning so much about everybody in our country, what they're doing with their food, and some of the crazy tips that they have. I've got a question for you, though. Mother's Day is coming up. It's this end of the week, right? What are you planning for Mother's Day, especially when it comes to all the crazy and amazing dishes that I know you can make? Do you have something special planned?
Yes, we're going to have like prawns, and we're going to have basmati rice.
Ooh,
and we're going to have some fries to go with it.
Okay,
like,
nice.
Chicken.
And will the family be helping you, or is it you on your own this time, and then you just
Well, it's my daughter is going to come down from Durban. And then I have another daughter in Cape Town, but they won't be able to come.
Okay.
So it's just my daughter from Durban and my hubby and I.
What's your daughter's name?
Her name is Verona.
Verona. Well, tell Verona I say thank you on behalf of us for making your Mother's Day special. I'm glad she's making the time for you, and I'm sure she's going to love it, because it sounds like you are cooking up an absolute storm, and I'm sure you all deserve it, especially you, Cassie, especially you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And also, we are enjoying your exercises.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. I hope you are joining us when we're doing the exercises as well, because it's making us earn these beautiful meals in the kitchen.
Well, we're trying to.
Cassie, you are an absolute treat and a delight. Thank you for coming through and sharing that with us. We love chatting to you, and maybe one day we'll actually even be able to have you in the kitchen.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah?
All right, so.
All right. Oh, man, I love that call, by the way.
I love it.
People in South Africa have such good ideas when it comes to utilizing leftovers and being efficient. I think we've all been challenged in a way that's brought the best out of us, right?
Agreed, agreed.
So what have you got for us?
So like I
see
said,
you've also got something inspired of leftovers.
Yes, I got our roast chicken over there. Shredded it up. Keep the skin in. There's so much flavor in there. Maybe just, if you're worried about it, cook it, reheat it with the skin in there, and then take the skin out afterwards.
Or like crunch the skin.
Crunch the skin.
Not crunch the skin, so yeah, roast it.
Just don't even eat it, just crunch the skin. Just don't eat, just...
That didn't sound right.
No, but you're right.
But what I mean is try to get it nice and crispy so you can add it back in, so it's almost like, I wouldn't say like a bacon brittle, but the chicken version of it.
Absolutely.
And that's good.
Absolutely, yes, I love it.
You can do with skins, right?
Yes. Okay, in here, I've got some chicken stock that we made ourselves.
All right.
You can use water if you want, totally fine.
Okay.
A little bit of milk and some flour, okay? We're gonna blitz this up.
A blitz like part of the bubble and squeak. I still can't get over the fact that I never knew that was the name of it.
That's the name. That's the name. Absolutely. Okay, so the rest of my stock goes in. Then I've got some mushrooms. You can chop these up, but this is like a speedy recipe of like, you don't have a lot of time, but you're gonna get dinner on the table.
Okay.
So mushrooms go in whole. There's like...
What are you making, like a sauce, right?
There's gonna be a sauce.
Okay.
A creamy mushroom sauce.
All right.
So, another blitz.
I must have said the blender makes things a lot easier.
A lot easier.
You don't have to chop anything.
No
whatsoever.
chopping. Okay.
I love it.
So to this, we're gonna add. We can add the rest of the mushrooms if you want.
Okay.
So we're gonna get some heat on. And we're gonna go with our creamy mushroom sauce, and this is basically gonna be the sauce. That's how quick and easy it is. You can see it's already got that thickness to it.
So you don't even need to add like oil or anything to that, because everything's involved in the mixture.
Everything's just gonna come together on its own.
Okay.
Because I'm being a little fancy and I feel like I add a little bit of butter to make it richer, then I need a bit of salt in there, very important. Salt goes in, and pepper, okay? And then I've got some extra mushrooms. But what's gonna happen is as soon as I get that texture of sauce to thicken, I can then add the other mushrooms. Here's the thing.
Okay, I see what you're doing there, nice.
Instead of chopping the mushrooms, break them.
Break them?
Okay, let me show you. You know when you cut through mushrooms and then you put it in your pan and you're like, why are my mushrooms like leaking moisture? They're steaming or frying. So mushrooms have like a normal line, almost like meat. So cut against the grain. Mushrooms also have a grain. So let me just, what you're gonna do is, if you break it, don't actually break on the seam. So the water's not like as easily gonna just seep out.
So you're not kind of like breaking that membrane, you're allowing all that moisture to be retained within the vacuole of the mushroom itself and then allowing that moisture to stay inside. This is why I'd wonder, whenever I make mushrooms, you slice them so thin, you put them in, and then you almost end up with more moisture at the end of it. And you're like, but wait, I thought the heat gets rid of the moisture.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So break them like this. Another thing that happens is, because you're breaking it, you're not using your knife, you're not gonna have uniform pieces of mushroom.
Yeah.
You can have beautiful texture in there. Like pieces are gonna be differently shaped.
Rustic.
Authentic, but it adds so much flavor to the dish. Okay, so like I said...
Hey now, the number's going on again.
Answer that call.
Answer this. Let me do my bubble and squeak dance. Bubble and squeak. Woo! Culinary hotline bling. This is Ryle speaking. How may I help you this morning in the kitchen? Who's speaking?
Hi. I'm actually not really asking about leftovers, but while you're there, I just want to ask him quickly. I make hamburgers, but I find that they're very dry when I fry them. How long do you fry them for?
All right, Pat from East London's got a question for you, Chef Clem. You got this?
I like the question. So the first thing I want to say is, you need to treat your hamburger like you treat a steak, because essentially what it is just ground up meat packed back into that shape and then cooked.
Okay.
So what I say is, take your mince, take it out the fridge like we do with a steak. Let it come to, if you're shaping them yourselves, like take the mince out. If you've got burger patties in the fridge already, just take them out a little bit. What that happens is it gradually brings up the temperature of the patty, so you're not left with the hot outside or warmer outside and a cold, chilled inside. Okay, so what you need to do, first thing is get your pan on, heat your oil, okay, first. Then add your mince or your burger patties that you've now shaped. What I do is I shape them into a little ball first, put the balls into the oil. The balls are gonna start releasing their own oil. Once you see a spray of oil around the burger itself, that's when you take a spatula and you squish them down. okay?
Okay, into the burger shape.
Into the burger
Yeah.
shape. And it's going to be rustic, but I promise you, the difference between not squishing it and squishing it is huge. That crust is amazing. What that burger spray does is when you shape it into a ball, it creates a little base. So sometimes you see your burgers tend to either cave in or cave out. That base is going to keep your burger super solid in form. So like I said, once you see that spray of oil, you squish it down, okay? Let it cook for another minute. So far we cooked it for about 3 minutes. Turn it over. The second time when it's on the other end, the rule is do not squish at all. If you squish now, you're going to squeeze all that moisture out.
Because now the moisture's turned around again.
The moisture's turned around. So you've now turned it over. You'll see it's got a beautiful crust. Another minute, and then you take it off. In that minute, even if it's like a bit medium rare.
Side and a minute on the other.
About a minute and a half, depending on what type of pan you're using, about a minute and a half. During that time...
non-stick.
Non-stick is also perfect. During that time, while it's busy resting on the side, because you cooked your burger with so much heat on the one end and the other end, it's going to continue cooking, okay? So let it rest before like another minute. Sometimes burgers also do lose that liquid like a steak. When you slice it too early, that juice comes out. So give it another minute, and then you can start plating up everything. There'll still be enough heat on your burger patty to add that cheese over to get it to melt. But I totally understand when people overcook their burgers because they try to get that beautiful char on the outside, and then by the time they do get it, the meat inside is like dry. So make sure you also preheat your pan.
On the pan.
Preheat your pan. Take your meat outside of the fridge.
Do you put a lid on the pan?
No, you don't need to. The only time you'll put a lid on the pan is if you put cheese on and you really want to melt the cheese over the burger patty, then you can put the lid on. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Don't worry about that putting the lid on the pan at all.
Yeah, Pat, I hope we answered your question.
No. What about, do you have to put any breadcrumbs in the mixture?
No. Here's the thing. And I like what you say, do you answer your question? No. And I like it. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. You don't need to, if you're using really good quality meat, the only ingredients you need is going to be salt. And I don't even put the salt into my mince mixture. I put the salt over the top of the patties. You don't need a binder if you're using good quality meat. And I suggest you can even use 10% meat, 90% meat, 10% fat. Obviously, the best burgers are your 80% meat to 20% fat. Don't add breadcrumbs, don't add eggs, don't add anything, nothing. Just meat. Your burgers will always hold their shape. They'll always be beautiful. If you want to make a frikadel, add your breadcrumbs and anything else. But for your burger patties, just meat. Hey?
One last question. She's got another question.
You can we're ready.
Sorry, what was that again, Pat?
You have to put a thumb in the middle.
No. So because you've made that beautiful, when you made your dome ball and it formed that little crust at the bottom, it's going to hold the shape perfectly. You don't need to do the indent in the middle.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you don't need to do that, yeah.
Thank you so much, Pat. That was an awesome question. I learned a lot from that. So, number one, take it out the fridge so that it's actually at room temperature throughout the burger. Also, make sure that we create balls first and then flatten it down. Don't overheat it, don't cook it too much, and don't put your thumb in it. Absolutely love it, Clem. Last steps of your pie recipe there before we head out of this one?
Let this cook down to thicken a little bit. Some dough goes in. We've got an all butter puff pastry. Fill it like a big sausage roll, roll it up, bake it.
And voila.
Chicken pie.
Pat, Barbara, Cassie, everybody that came through this morning on the Culinary Hotline Bling, thank you so much for those questions. Thank you for those tips. I think everybody here learned a lot in the kitchen today, and I hope that those burgers end up incredibly. That's from Pat. Cassie, I hope that you enjoy the Mother's Day meal, and everybody else, I hope you enjoyed the Mzansi. You can find the recipe inspiration at expressoshow.com, and that is a beautiful edition of Culinary Hotline Bling.
What a session. Absolutely beautiful. Well, now that we've inspired you to cook, let's give you something to cook with. And with good reason. The Instant Pot is the world's best-selling multi-cooker that combines seven kitchen appliances in one. Just ask Jamie when was the last time she used her oven. It's a pressure cooker, it's a slow cooker, it's a rice maker, it's a steamer, it's a saute pan, it's a food warmer, it's even a yogurt maker. Get out. So what sets the Instant Pot apart is the advanced microprocessor technology and the one-touch controls that ensure perfect results every single time. And it remembers the way you cook. She's clever.
I know you don't have one, and I don't know rub it in, but last week, everybody, I made quinoa in 1 minute.
What?
I made booba in 7 minutes.
What?
This Instant Pot has changed my life. Like I said, 7 steps, all in this thing. I air fry everything. Honestly, I don't know when was the last time I put up my stove to make anything. This is so convenient.
Well, think of the time that you have saved that you can spend doing other things.
I'd like to put my face on the Instant Pot just to show everyone how much I support this, because it really has been a game changer for me. So for all the moms out there, this is something you do want to get your hands on. And if you are in the market for an Instant Pot Duo, or if you want to spoil moms with one for Mother's Day, you better listen up to this one. Now, W Rewards members get up to 25% off Instant Pot 6 litres or the 8-litre Duo Smart Cookers until the 8th of May 2022. Now, of course, you can shop this offer in-store, online, or on the Woolies app. Happy shopping for all the moms.
Look, I'm kind of a momfluencer of sorts. Okay, does that qualify me? Even just a little bit.
But do you have one, though?
I'm going to pretend this is mine.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. What a beautiful show it's been, and I can't thank you enough for joining us. And we are going to continue with the magic, and they are standing by for one more. Easy Freak, they've been giving us dance party vibes all morning, and their final performance is a cover of a dance classic by Gorillas, and this one is called Dare. One more time, Mzansi, this is your chance to enjoy all the magic. Easy Freak, take it away.
You've got to press it on you. You just been thinking that's what you do, baby. Hold it down there. Jump with them all and move it. Jump back and forth and feel like you were there yourself. Work it.
Here's to the sweet taste of time off, celebrating the lust of summer, and to family memories made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.